Amazing.
Do you have your question ready as well?
Oh fuck! I forgot. Hang on. No, I do. Give me 2 seconds.
So, last we left off, you guys were in Emberfield. Fontaine snuck you out on a steel shipment to the Foothold, where you arrived. JAFF came forward with some information about his upbringing and his past and how he had an affinity to Northspire. You arrived in the Foothold and went straight to the Bannered Mule. You went in 2 by 2. GILDOR and YEG went in first. YEG met a halfling gentleman drinking ale, whilst GILDOR sat at the bar. Following in after a few moments was a disguised ZARLOK and a disguised JAFF. JAFF immediately went around looking for his friend Gaston, whilst ZARLOK's compass started to glow and vibrate and point towards a Minotaur fellow who was sitting at the bar who went by the name of Harken. Whilst the disguised ZARLOK said that he would destroy Harken at a game of darts, JAFF was upstairs trying to find Gaston's room. He eventually did, got hit in the head with a baseball bat after a nat 20, dropped the disguise and reunited with his old friend. Gaston told you and the rest of the party some information, some that he thought you already knew, i.e. that your sister Sylvie actually is alive and well, living in the capital, and some information that you didn't know. He led you and the rest of the party to a farm in the Dawnfields that was familiar to you, JAFF. Opening the door, you saw Connie, the daughter of the farmer that you spent the evening with before everything happened, before you had to leave.
Spent the evening with the farmer.
With the farmer's daughter, Connie.
Yeah.
And next to Connie was a small 7-year-old boy who strikingly resembled one Jean-Pierre JAFF, called Henry. Turns out you have a son, so you had to deal with that revelation, leaving, I believe it was 1,300 and something gold.
1,250 gold.
1,050 gold on the in the bookcase. You promised that you would be back before you left, and then you spent the evening there and decided that the next day you needed to try and find the Grey Lanterns for some safe passage into the city. Before you went on your way to speak to the bartender Hilda at the Bannered Mule, you thought, let's stop by the distillery. Yeg's old friend, Talos Underweef, and seeing his very expensive machinery and equipment, you made a deduction alongside some detect thoughts and deduced that Mr. Talos Underweef had taken a loan from the Grey Lanterns to pay for his equipment, and after making him piss his pants and faint, learnt the secret passphrase of the Hammerfell Forge to use to try and gain access to speak to the Grey Lanterns. So I believe we left off with a unconscious Talos Underweef in your arms in a slight pool of urine. So Finn, if you'd like to ask your question as you guys leave the distillery and head up to, I'm assuming, Hammerfell Forge.
Yeah, the question is, what is the most ridiculous rumour that has been spread about your character?
Oh, I like that.
That's a tough one. Well, do you want to go first, Yeg? If you thought of the question, I presume you have an answer.
Yeah, do you know, there was a rumour spread about me back in fucking Denthir. Obviously, doing a bit of the music, doing a bit of the Civil War stuff. And there was a little bit of a rumour that was spread around the enemy, I would say. They said that the Dragonborn, referring to most likely me, actually has a halfling penis. And it wasn't until, well into the war that I found out that they thought about it. So whenever we were in a skirmish, there would always be little like pointing and, snickers and things. I mean, obviously this is not true, but I don't have to prove anything to anyone. So
Do you have a dragonborn penis, or because dragonborns lay eggs, do you not have a penis at all?
What did I just say? I don't have to prove anything to anyone. So
can I get a deception check on that, please?
Shall I go next? Or?
Yeah, go.
Obviously, back in Zahith, when I was a young lad, a lot of tribalism, especially amongst the young kids. There was a nasty rumour spread around the divination school that I got caught using my mage hand to wank myself off in the toilet.
That's devious.
Was there any proof of this?
Absolutely never happened. simply didn't happen. Vicious children in the fucking Zahith.
No, I'd say the rumour about me around North Spire, the school I attended, was that my majestic long white hair was actually a wig, and this rumour got so rife, so much so that teachers would come up behind me and grab me by the hair and desperately try and pull the hair off my head, because they couldn't believe how flowing and perfect my lovely white hair
even
was.
after tugging on your hair, do they still think? Do they think that like you glued it on really tight?
They used to ask me what glue I used.
Fucking hell, man, that is vicious.
Yeah, it was tough.
We've all had tough lives.
No wonder you pushed a bully off a cliff. It was absolutely valid.
He's the one that started the rumour.
Yeah. Oh, that was the redacted bit of the flashback we didn't get. The halfling penis lore. ZARLOK, dare I ask?
The stupid rumour that went round about me is that I was a mindlessly violent, bloodthirsty killer. What a
load of tosh.
I'm brain dead. What? Fucking stupid bastards.
God, how would they come up with that one?
No, they didn't give you a chance.
Exactly. But if I find out who started that rumour, their heads off their shoulders.
I heard it was the Minotaur.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So as you guys discuss these rumours on the walk over to Hammerfell Forge, you come outside a very simple-looking forge. It's all indoors. There's a double set of just like rickety oak doors on the outside and a hanging sign of just an anvil outside with the words Hammerfell Forge, and underneath run by Mira Flintgrove. You're more than welcome to knock and enter or just burst your way in, whatever you guys would like to do.
We should just walk in shouting, "Grey light illuminates the shade. Grey light illuminates the shade."
So this is the
Grey
false
Lanterns.
front of the Grey Lanterns,
It
right?
is.
And the Grey Lanterns are going to give us safe passage into the city. Is that why we need them?
Well, that's what the hope.
Well, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
And I don't know if we should mention that we have essentially ruined the chances of them ever getting their money back, unless they don't mind.
I think we keep that as quiet as we can.
If they,
I will say, Jeff, make a history check with advantage for me.
Ooh, with advantage.
You've got history with them.
Lovely.
The Grey Lanterns have existed within North Spire for as long as you can remember. They are a fairly long-standing thieves guild. And what you know of them is that they have no loyalties to any faction, any person, any set of people. Their only loyalty is to gold and money and trying to gain more money. That's all they care about. They do, however, respect contracts. Once a contract is signed, they will not go against that contract even for more money. They have their honor that they are bound by it. But before a contract is signed, then money is their only thing on their agenda.
Oh, epic.
Their motto is that favors are transactions and not friendships.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, fuck. I kind of respect that.
Yeah.
They've got a business plan and they're sticking to it. I think we should knock and be polite.
Yeah. I mean, before we go in, what kind of... Are we going in honest? Are we going under a guise? Is there a plan, or-
what is our legit way of knowing them? Who told us about them originally?
I think we just go in incredibly confident.
And just say, like, we got told that you will give us passage, so gold?
Do we bring up Luke's mate, or Jaff's mate, excuse me? What's his name?
Gaston.
Does he know them?
I don't think he's super familiar with them. I have a feeling, you can remind me maybe, Jan, but I feel like we asked him about them last session and he didn't know too much. So I don't think
all he said is Grey Lanterns are a group in Northspire.
Yeah, he's not like in with them, so I feel like we will be kind of on our own. Do we maybe lead with Fontaine and like the...
Fontaine was the one that told you about them. He said he'd never dealt with them directly and that they weren't trustworthy, but they weren't untrustworthy. They are just a thieves guild that are concerned with money.
So if we name drop Fontaine and we say, listen, we want a bit of passage, maybe we can work something out. We can spitball the idea of saying, hey, I also love a contract.
I actually think maybe, following on from that, slightly better way to think about this is the half of the Northspire guards have been out of the city looking for us. So if these guys are half their weight in gold, they will already know who we are, roughly.
Potentially, that's true.
So our story should be less about safe passage because, that's easily explained away. It's more about why do we need it? Are we actually going to open to them what we're here for?
That's really good. That's
you brought up a great question there.
That's really good.
Because if everyone's talking these guys up as they're the thieves guild in this city, they must know that we are the ones.
So who are we aiming for in Northspire, by the way? It's I can't remember his name. Anton?
It's Antoine Platif.
Yeah. So our goal, is to eradicate that lad, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's the stuff with your sister, which is a bit orkies, but we'll figure that one out. So, do we want to sort of try and figure out what they think? Because they don't have an Alliance 21, so maybe they won't care that we want to go take him down.
I have a feeling, by the sounds of it, that they probably won't actually care what we're up to.
Because if they only care about gold,
they'll just know the weight of us and the fact that we're trying to get in, so they will probably bargain fairly hard.
I feel nervous, guys.
What we're going to offer them, but maybe that's figuring out on the fly based on where they seem to be pricing it.
Right, so we kind of want to... I don't know. I think we just go in, name drop Antoine, name drop Fontaine, see what happens.
I don't know if we name drop Antoine. I think we just say we're trying to get into the city
and see where that leads us, and just hope for the best.
Yeah. They're a thieves guild. Do we need to explain everything to them? They should know.
No, but honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, maybe Jeff is right. They trade well enough in secrets that they should know.
I'm sure they'll be nice enough. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes, first.
Okay, so you enter, leading the way.
Yeah.
And you walk into a very simple looking forge. Along the sides of the room, it's just adorned with simple weapons and armor, daggers, swords, axes, some chainmail armor, etc., just along the sides. And standing by an anvil, hammering and working on some horseshoes, you see Mira Flintgrove, a woman that you saw in the banner mill. No one ever approached her. She was a muscular ginger woman. At the moment, she's got soot and sweat pouring off of her face, freckles on her face, long ginger hair that's sort of wrapped in a sort of ponytail behind as she works on the horseshoes. And as you enter, she looks up and says, I'll be with you in a moment. Bangs the horseshoes a few more times, quenches it in a barrel of oil, wipes them at the sweat of her brow, and says, how can I help you, fellas?
Grey light illuminates the shade. Does that mean anything? Does that mean anything to you?
Just leading straight.
I think what skip the riffraff.
No, hello, no, how you doing? Just straight to the business.
Straight to the business.
Fair enough. She walks past you guys and just closes the door and puts a small little bolt through the latch just so no one else can enter.
I love the vibes.
And says, one moment. And she walks over to one of the walls where there is a sword hanging up. and she pulls on the sword, and it comes down like a lever. And behind the anvil, where the actual forge is, it sort of splits into two, opening up, and you can see a set of stairs heading downwards. And she says, "The people you're looking for are downstairs. Please feel free and don't cause any trouble."
Amazing. Thank you so much for your help.
As we're walking down the stairs, I'm going to give Yeg a bardic.
Ooh.
Cool.
I'm going to say that I am the last down the stairs, and as I go to sort of be the last in, I'm going to give her a big smile and message cantrip that lady at the front door and say, "Thank you so much for all your help. We were never here," and I'm going to leave 3 gold pieces on the side for her.
She chuckles and says, "That's not necessary. I deal in secrets anyway, but I'm not going to say no to 3 gold." She takes the 3 gold and puts it in a pouch.
You've been robbed, motherfucker.
I'll swipe it back before she grabs it.
You can make it.
We'll see.
Cool. So you head down the steps, and it leads into a dimly lit, lantern-filled storeroom. There is a small round table at the centre, where 2 figures are seated, and standing around are about 6 half-orcish gentlemen, not really saying much, just arms crossed, looking slightly threatening. Of the 2 figures at the table, the one that your eyes are drawn to immediately is a dwarven male, completely bald, scar over his left eye. The lower half of his jaw is completely missing,
Oh,
and
shit.
has instead been replaced with an iron lower jaw brace. And the teeth on the lower jaw part are actually like like the ends of keys that have been welded to make molars and incisors and canines on his bottom half of his jaw.
Holy fuck.
The other is almost completely different in size and stature. Is an extremely tall and skinny human man. He's sitting down, but you can imagine if he stands up, he's going to be above 6.5 feet tall.
Oh,
He's
crazy.
a rather skinny, but very, very tall. Extremely well dressed, wearing flowing black robes with sort of gold trim, and he has a monocle over his right eye. As you guys walk down the stairs, the monocled gentleman looks up at you, smiles warmly, and says, "We've been expecting you." I should actually ask, by the way, JAFF, you are no longer disguised? You are just as JAFF, or are you disguised at the moment?
I'm just as JAFF, and before you continue, can I ask a really quick question?
You're more than welcome to.
This monocled tall gentleman,
Yes,
does his clothing look similar to something I've seen before?
I would say no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I maybe thought that this monocled gentleman could have been the plague mask man, but
No.
it's the only other tall human that we've seen. So
Oh, what? From the Shadowfell?
from the Shadowfell, I just made the weird connection because you were like tall and slim, and the plague mask man was tall and slim, so I just like made the weird connection.
Yeah.
Yes, carry on.
Before we properly engage with these guys, I would like to immediately, as soon as we've entered the room and I see 6 people, I would like to make an either perception, investigation, insight, whatever you want to be, on whether I see the Shade Mother.
Make any of those 3 checks that you just spoke. Whichever one you'd like to make, feel free to make.
Well, I'll make a different one to what you make. So. Oof. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll wait.
On that 20 investigation, you look around. Now, you don't know what Mother Shade looks like. You know nothing about her. There is not a single female in this area. They are all male half-orcs. The 2 gentlemen here are also male. So unless Mother Shade is an alias, you are unsure. I will say, though, on that Nat 20 investigation, just sort of looking around the room, the dwarven man with the iron lower half of his jaw, just from sort of investigating around, you can tell that his jaw was removed forcibly, but also with great care.
Ooh.
It was something painful and definitely wasn't like an aesthetic choice, but whoever did it, it wasn't like just yank and pull it off. There was definitely tools and instruments used to remove it at the very joint between the lower jaw and the upper jaw.
Okay. I'll make a mental note of that.
So yeah, as you guys walk in, the monocle gentleman says, we've been expecting you all. I didn't think we'd see you so soon, but please allow me to introduce myself. I am what's his name? I am Velis Mar. I am the coin tallyman and contract broker of the Grey Lanterns. My compatriot here is Casquerel 9 Locks Ban. He prefers just to go by 9 Locks. It's always good to exchange full names and pleasantry when we're doing business. You guys are welcome to let us know your names, but if you'd rather keep that a secret, I also understand secrecy is very important for people that come and deal with the Grey Lanterns.
I
please, come
love your honesty right there. I think I'm going to tell you my full name. It's YEGOR Froscale. Good to meet you. I put that on my hand for a little handshake.
He takes it very delicately, and he's sitting down, but he sort of bows his head as he shakes your hand and says, "Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Froscale."
I imagine that if you've been awaiting our arrival, you probably already know our names.
Well, the Grey Lanterns know many things. We do not part with information so easily, but we were not really aware of your presence until you arrived here yesterday. And, well, I mean, an adventuring party like the four of you don't look like you should be friends. You don't look like a bunch that would spend time together willingly. There's definitely something that's brought you all together. I must say, though, heading to the Dawnfields as late evening is strange. There's not much out there, but everyone has their own things to do. I'll say on that, JAFF, make an insight check.
I was literally about to say if I could make an insight check.
Was he just alluding to the fact that they watched us go to the barn where
Yes,
they all must die?
On a 7 insight, this is a man who
actually, no, can I use my heroic inspiration and re-roll that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There we go.
On a 15, so this is a man that you can tell deals in secrets and information. He knows a lot of things, and the way he said that to you now isn't necessarily a threat, but it wasn't friendly. He says that to sort of put you guys on the back foot almost immediately, saying, "We know everywhere you've been, we know everything you're doing, we have eyes everywhere, we know information, so be careful with how you treat us." That was the tone he delivered that line with.
I'm gonna message him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say I'm literally just gonna say the words, people have died for less important secrets.
He replies out loud, not caring about your attempt at secrecy, and simply says, "Information is a wonderful thing. It's also a dangerous thing. But I have no intentions on parting with any information I know. Simply a matter of circumstance. I know things."
You're letting us know you're here.
One could deduce that. Please, be seated and talk to me. Why have you sought out us Grey Lanterns? You must know this. Also, how did you find out our
well, we know things as well, my friend. We know things as well.
Yeah, he chuckles.
Mother Shade.
Mother Shade. She will not be joining us. She is in she's in a different headquarters. If you prove your worth and your loyalty, I guess, to the Grey Lanterns, perhaps you might be lucky to meet her. But
oh, cool.
You could tear every building, every block from the foothold, and you would not find her.
I fucking hate this cunt already.
Yeah, this guy, Triple G, hasn't sat down and looks.
Yeah, I'm not sitting down.
Fucking actually annoyed.
I hope people can understand that Yeg also doesn't like this guy, but is simply playing it cool because I'm deathly afraid of
he's
anything
a bit more
happening.
worldly man. Triple G's autism has kicked in, and he looks avidly annoyed.
He doesn't like strangers.
I'm burning right now. I fucking hate this cunt.
ZARLOK just stood behind you with his arms crossed like he's a security guard.
Nice.
You see actually, ZARLOK, some of the orcish men are sort of looking up and down, not in a threatening way, just sort of try to size you up, seeing if they could take you, how many they think it would take to take you. But they're not being threatening in any way. They're just looking up and down.
So the reason why we're here, the reason why, we're here. We want to get into Northspire. Clean and simple.
And the front gate is closed, or are you trying to get in secretly?
Well, considering you fucking love secrets, yeah, we are trying to do it secretly.
Well, that is something that can be arranged.
Lovely. You're a contract broker. What are the terms that you're about to give me?
Well, as you know, the Grey Lanterns, we deal in gold. However, that is a slight simplification of what we deal in. We deal in gold, and we deal in things that can get us gold and increase the amount of gold we can.
Not very well, apparently.
We could get you into Northspire. We could even persuade some of the guards to turn a blind eye to the things that you're doing in Northspire. Give you some a reprieve of any
bit breathing room.
Eyes that you don't want looking at you. But we don't want gold for these services. No. Gold is too simple for these things. We simply would require a favour. We have some jobs that need doing. Perhaps something that people of your specific talents could assist with.
Okay.
We actually have 2 jobs that need doing, and
as in we do both. Or...
Well, we'll give you the offer. We'll give you the choice to make.
So we've had 100% increase in jobs in 12 seconds.
There are 2 things we need doing. You can do one and have your safe passage and the glass to go away. If you would like to do both, perhaps we can negotiate a secondary payment to one of the jobs. One involves some retrieval of precious cargo. The other will actually be a delivery, maybe a bodyguarding job, ensuring safe passage of some living cargo.
Passage to where?
Sorry. Can I just so I'm clear? Living cargo meaning
a person.
Person or peoples. Yes, persons.
Okay.
Who knows how many? One is the retrieval of cargo will be something that will perhaps test your strength, your sneakiness, and your ability to get in and out unnoticed, or if you do get noticed, to deal with things accordingly. The delivery of living cargo may need you to will test your morality. You may need to turn a blind eye to things that would otherwise usually give you the chills.
Brilliant.
If that's something you're not willing to do,
it's a hard
we can
sell.
find other people for the job. But one of these must be completed for you to have any chance of acquiring our services.
Okay, right. That doesn't sound awful, to be fair. I feel like... what does everyone else think about this? You know?
The delivering of the people, they're going to be some horrid cunts.
Yeah.
Triple G can't... It's a hard sell to make Triple G do something morally untoward.
It did kind of, I don't know, sit me back down when he literally says it's a morality thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I was smuggled somewhere, but I feel like if someone was questioned about me being smuggled, they wouldn't go, I'm doing something bad. You know? Whereas if we're taking, fucking slaves somewhere, that's less fun.
I would like to get a bit more information about it. I mean, this is just bollocks. They've just told us the absolute... But what are we collecting and who? One of them is what are we actually going to get?
Killing me, by the way.
Sorry.
I'm going to turn to the guy and say, we're not performing monkeys. Can we have a little bit more? What is the actual object you would like us to go and get? So we can at least have context as to whether we're even capable of getting it for you. And can you tell us a bit more about the cargo we're moving? How do we know we're even capable of moving the cargo? If it's an old man and take him from the Road Warden Strip to the Woodward Quarter, then I'll say yes. But if it's something more complex, then You might need to explain that to us.
He pulls out 2 scrolls and lays one of them out in front of you, and you realize it is a contract. The first one is for the retrieval of precious cargo, and you begin to say, I, the broker Velismar, coin tallyman of the Grey Lanterns, ask the counterpart, the signatories, aka the party sitting forthwith, to complete a task for me. The Article 1 delegates towards the task. The signatories shall retrieve 1 sealed coffer, black iron-bound, sigil lock, measuring no more than 2 forearms in length from a location to be disclosed after contract ratification. The coffer must not be opened, damaged, magically examined, or tampered with. The seal is to remain intact. Ignorance is protection. Article 2 delegates to the compensation of said contract. The immediate payment will be 400 gold crowns upon delivery. Supplemental consideration would include 1 covert passage into Northspire via Innermount, unrecorded, as well as Grey Lantern protection from watch inquiries for up to and including 30 days. The bonus will be including an extra 150 gold if retrieval occurs without third-party casualties. Article 3 delegates to the prohibitions. The signatories shall not, under any circumstances, inspect contents by mundane or arcane means, delegate retrieval to non-signatories, and speak of the coffer to any authority, priesthood, or noble agent. Article 4 delegates towards any breach of contract. Violation constitutes material breach punishable by contract nullification, forfeiture of payment, and sale of signatory identities, likenesses, and known associates to interested buyers. And Article 5 is something we like to include called the Smile Clause, aka the Liability Clause. The Grey Lanterns accept no responsibility for consequences arising from knowledge accidentally acquired.
God, I hate this cunt so much.
I'm going to have to pass this to my lawyer, and I'm going to pass it to ZARLOK.
He then unfurls the second contract.
Oh my god, there's another one.
This is the contract for the delivery of the living cargo by the broker Velismar, coin tallyman of the Grey Lanterns, asking the counterpart, the signatories of the party sitting with me right now. Article 1 delegates towards the cargo. The signatories shall discreetly transport 2 ASMR children ages between 9 and 12 from an Innermount safe house to a pre-designated exchange point within the Midspire. Cargo is to be delivered alive, intact, and compliant. Article 2 refers to the compensation of said contract. Payment will be 900 gold crowns upon successful handoff. Additional consideration will include 1 covert passage into Northspire via Innermount unrecorded, as well as lantern protection from watch inquiries for 30 days. Article 3 delegates to handling instructions. Do not remove their bindings without cause. Do not permit them to pray, sing, or draw any blood, and do not ask what the buyer intends. Article 4 refers to the buyer himself. The recipient is referred to solely as the broker. Further curiosity voids protections under this agreement. Article 5 is a morality waiver. By signing, the signatories affirm that you accept full moral burden of the task, and no grievance, divine curse, or spiritual repercussion may be levied upon the Grey Lanterns. And Article 6 refers to the failure in said contract. Failure to deliver results in no payment and immediate dissemination of signatory identities to Antoine's agents.
Has anyone ever said that you talk too much?
No.
Brilliant. Okay, interesting contracts, my friend. I'm going to pass it to ZARLOK. Above table, can we? I think I actually want to discuss this with.
I feel like we should go to the back. We should go to the
Oh.
back of the room like they do on Dragon's Den.
Yeah, let's go to the back of the room and I'll cast message. I know it doesn't quite work on a group scale, but we can then have a conversation above the table
sure.
as message. I will say, just straight off the bat, I'm happy to do the first one. I would not only not do the second one, I would like to disrupt the second one. I will say straight away.
I am on your fucking level, because I was going to say we can accept the job so that we can get moving and therefore disrupt it. Because I think
acceptance. If we accept and fail to deliver, it means that our identities immediately go to Antoine's.
Do you know what we do about that?
I'm not being funny. It's like that's basically happened anyway.
And also, who cares? Because we're going to fucking murder the guy, aren't we? I mean, unless you want him alive because he is. I mean, listen, it's a delicate situation.
The thing is, in order to carry out the second one, they have to take us into Northspire. We can't do the second one without being taken into Northspire.
Within Midspire.
Okay, I have an idea.
Okay.
Do you think we'd be able to convince him to just let me sign the second one?
Oh, interesting. It does say the party, though, because it's the counterpart. The signatory is the party jointly and severally
would
liable.
we be able to convince him potentially
Do
with
you-
a bit of
okay.
And the first thing we
magic?
opened with was, "Hello, I'm YEGOR Frostgale."
What's wrong with that? Sorry?
Well, he knows your name now.
Well, yeah, but he fucking probably knew it anyway. Who cares?
They know who we are.
With some charm person and divination magic, we might be able to get it done.
I could probably just straight up persuade the boy. I could just be like, go on, just let him...
I could probably intimidate him.
If all things go... Yeah, honestly, like, I know there's many orcs in here, but genuinely, I feel like I can at least try and persuade, and then maybe deceive, and then at the very last, intimidate and have ZARLOK do it for me.
I'd be happy to sign the second one just on my own.
What if... Okay, I know...
Because then it only has my identity.
Yeah,
liable
I'm
to
saying
Antoine's
maybe
agents, which he already knows.
you grab the feather and ink and you fucking cross out the party jointly and whatever, and then at the bottom just sign your name. So it's like
Yeah.
it written down, everything on there points to just you. You know, so there's no way to misread. Also, love that they've just put in plain text, "You're transporting 2 children." In a contract, which just feels crazy. The criminals are weird sometimes.
Is there any point in taking the first if we're going to take the second, renege on it, and it gets us into Northspire anyway?
We get a bit of gold, don't we? We get a bit
Well,
of...
this-
But
the
we pissed them off by reneging on the second one. I don't think they're
No,
going to be
no,
like, here's your
well,
gold for the first one.
Okay,
though.
yeah.
I've got a third option.
Go on, Gil.
If we're going to renege on one, we might as well do it on both.
So you're saying
It's very true.
So you're saying
It's
we
very
say
true.
yes to both and just
We say yes to
and
both
then just fuck them both
on
up.
both.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, do you know what? I'm going to openly admit in front of the party right now that these 2 contracts have played on some of my biggest personality traits, so I should not be involved because nothing more in my character wants to open that box. I'll be so real with you.
I agree.
As soon as I read the words, "You're not allowed to open the box," as a divination wizard, I was like, I have to open the box.
Put the gun
I
down.
saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box?
Can we
I'll
look
go
at the
with
first
the party
contract
majority.
again? real quick?
Can we look at the first contract again? Because could we take the box? Is it in Northspire?
Because
So
we
can
have. Okay, wait. So what?
From a location to be disclosed after the contract
ZARLOK
ratification.
really wants to fucking open the box.
Because if the box is down, it is like not in a Northspire, then
I can
Like,
hold the box.
the point is, if we're going to renege on both, they might be like, we'll do the first one first, and then if we immediately renege on that, then we don't get the passage into Northspire.
It's
I've
kind
just
of
remembered
crazy.
something.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's the same thing. If we renege on the first, our identities don't go to Antoine; they go to interested buyers, which feels
Well,
that's a little unpredictable.
The first one says the parties, their likeness and known associates. So that is specifically aimed at me.
I've just remembered something extremely important.
Okay, yeah,
What?
go.
They watched us go into the barn last night.
Yes, that's my point. And the
The
first
barn
contract
meaning-
specifically says about
did
known
we
Where
do?
Henry,
associates.
they know
Where the
Henry
kids
is.
are.
Oh,
where the
right.
kid is.
I'm with you.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, so what are we saying? Are we saying yes to both, but we're just gonna fucking just wing it and just fuck it all off anyway, and just see what happens, or are we saying yes to the first and trying
let's
to?
just gamble
I am-
with my child's life, shall
Right,
we?
here's this. I'm happy to deliver the box and not open it. It will kill Triple G's soul. To
No,
do
we
it.
have to open the box. We have to know what's in
No,
that box.
But I don't want to. I don't want
ZARLOK's
my
gagging
magical.
to open this box.
No,
Same.
get away from the box.
But I don't want my selfish curiosity to put Henry in danger because, frankly, they know where he is. So I don't want to open the box for the sake of it. However, I will not, in good conscience, as Triple G, smuggle 2 ASMR children.
That
If
is
anything,
the crazy part, isn't it? The simpler job has worse ramifications.
Yes,
Which
that's
is
so true.
Which
What
is
the fuck is
which
in
is
this
fucked
box?
up. So like, if you take 2 kids fucking Antoine. We immediately were like, fuck that guy, who cares? This one, like, oh, bring a box. Oh, I won't open it. By the way, JAFF's kid's in danger potentially. And we all are. We would be, because it's just like fucked up. It's a fucked up situation. So
what if we just kill them all in here and then say...
How many people are in here? Quick inventory of the room. How many
There's
people
six people in here.
Total.
It's the first thing you said. There was 6 people.
I think...
No, six half-orcs plus 2 at the table. There's 8 in total.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm all up for a bar.
That would be the most insane power move to roll initiative right now.
Yeah.
We do surprise attack as well, which would be fucking crazy. Anyway, guys, so what are we doing? What are we saying?
What statement if we just burn this place to the ground right now?
Yeah, you may have seen us at the barn, but now you fucking know we were at Hammerfell, fucking whatever the fuck.
The thing that worries me about the first because the second contract doesn't have anything to do with known associates. The first contract specifically says about known associates.
Do you think we can persuade him to change the identities, likenesses, and known associates thing? We add that to the second contract and put the one on the second contract on this one and be like, happy days.
No, but the thing is, how much are they going to stick to these contracts as well? If we just come in and fuck
I
up
bet they're
everything
going to stick to it very well. I feel like this is their thing.
Triple G, make an Arcana check for me.
Yeah, can I make
magically bound?
No, it's 2 things just from having this conversation with Velis. The contracts are magically bound and powerfully magically bound. And also, you felt it as you sat down, but only now having this discussion with the party
There's a scrying eye in here.
No, possibly with the possible idea of having some sort of charming effects. The Velis is wearing a pendant that has a powerful anti-enchantment spell on it.
Okay. Do I get the sense that contract has a magical tie to a person, or it's just a piece of magic? I.e., I'm trying to ascertain, is that magic linked to the Shade Mother? But I probably wouldn't know that. I don't know.
I would say actually make a history check for me. The magic is fairly powerful and not old as in primordial old, but something that it is linked to an old source of magic. And racking your brains and thinking about magical contracts that you may have read about, there are an ancient group of faceless paladins that are kind of transcend time and space. They kind of like have always existed and will always exist.
Got David Tennant.
Called the Oath Keepers, and contracts bound to Oath Keepers are, in a sense, if a contract is reneged upon that was witnessed or was bound to an Oath Keeper, those Oath Keepers will exact vengeance and hunt down the breakers of said contracts.
Oh, so we would be hunted down by Oath Keepers if we reneged on the contract.
Right, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Was that,
Yes.
sorry, to be 100% clear, was that you confirming that we will be hunted by faceless paladins?
If we renege.
Yes,
yeah.
so it depends. So, for example, in this contract here, there are prohibitions. So these prohibitions already have what the breach would be. So those would not be. If you, for example, though, were to if you were to steal the box, open it, find out what's inside it, and then give it back, you would only be affected by the breach Article 4, the breach article, because that goes against the prohibitions. If you were to, for example, keep it and never give it to them, that is not in this contract. That would be a complete nullification of the contract. Therefore, you'd be hunted down by the Oath Keepers.
And are the Oath Keepers people that have assigned themselves to this, like, paladin guild, or are they, like, ancient beings, or...
They're not intrinsically linked to the Grey Lanterns. They are intrinsically linked to magical contracts as a whole.
But they're like humans tied to an idea, not a, like, magical... It's not like if you reneged on a contract, they'd send a night hag after you. Do you know what I mean?
Then, you know they've been around since the beginning of time. I would say because it's a very mystical order, you don't know the exact like makeup of this order, whether they are humans that have joined an order, whether they are some magical god. There's definitely some mysticism and magic around it, whether they gain their magical powers from being a part of this society or whether they are formed of pure magic. You're not 100% sure of.
I think that Triple G's mind is going insane right now, and I've just had an insane idea, and I turn to the boys and I'm like, if anyone's going to know how to get out of a contract with a patron as a warlock, then
these people,
the oath breakers might.
Louis, could you also check your Discord for me quickly? I've just had an idea.
Okay.
I was going to say, I mean, we could just do the first one, because really the only problem is if we look in the box.
Ugh.
What's in the box?
Like, if we just don't look in the box, like, ultimately everything's pretty chill, and we'll get protection from the watch for like 30 days, and we get into Northspire unrecorded. Like, that's a pretty good...
Yeah, but I fucking hate these cunts.
I know you do. I know you do.
Is there a time limit on these?
He said that you have 2 weeks to complete these.
2 weeks.
Why don't we accept the first one? Why don't we accept the first one? Do the box. Don't open the box. Go about, do what we need to do here.
Yeah.
And then kidnap the 2 ASMR kids and get them out of here.
We're gonna have to find out where they're kept.
Or should we just accept both contracts and renege on both of them?
I think right. So it's the second one that we're definitely reneging.
Do you have illusory script?
I don't know what words you just said to me, so no.
Actually, do you know what's going to solve all of this? There's one very simple question that will fix all of this, and it's got to come from JAFF. What do you plan to do with Henry, Sylvie, and your baby mum at the end of all this? Do you plan for them to live here or move them away? Because if you're going to move them away, we can renege on both of these, knowing we were going to put them somewhere safe anyway. We could take them to Emberfield and have them live with Fontaine.
The thing is, though, if we renege on this, like, we would have to move them prior to reneging on this, and they live in very close proximity to these lot.
Yeah.
Like, we would have to move them, like, now.
We would be able to preemptively set this up, though. So, like, we could have me and ZARLOK start to move them, and you two get the kids or something. Split the party in such a way where we're evenly split, and then at the last minute, we transport your Henry and your girlfriend away, and use to kidnap or something along those lines. We would have the proactive information to know that we are not going to commit properly, and they wouldn't. So there would be even a period of time where we have the element of surprise. And by the time we got them to either Emberfield or Waterside, you know, you've got a very powerful ally there, and Emberfield is basically ours to run at the moment. So it's up to you. I'm not speaking on your behalf, but that is the question that needs answering here. Because realistically, put it this way: if there was no such thing as Henry or a girlfriend, we could I probably would have blown everyone up in here by now and reneged on both of these without even signing it.
I mean, blowing up everyone in here is still very much an option.
Okay, real quick, we need to discuss if we do go nuclear on this, because I feel like if we are thinking about it, so it's good to discuss it.
Yeah, I agree, because the last time we went nuclear by accident, and that didn't end well.
So this guy in here, we've seen it, fucking, what's his name? Gil saw that he's like got this Arcana necklace thing, so he's clearly some cool magical man.
It's an anti-charm necklace,
right? So what that means is...
I saw his chin was spooky, it was his chin.
My fist going into his throat, he ain't going to be able to stop that. And I think this
so we go nuclear.
This metal jaw
the thing
guy.
Is, if we go nuclear immediately, then we get no passage into Northspire. We have to just find our own way into Northspire anyway.
Okay, so new idea. I think,
which we can still do.
We can still do. If we do, just jump over the wall.
Oh fuck me! Yeah.
Right. We're going to go around in a circle right now.
Okay.
We either renege on both, do one and not the other, or go nuclear.
So we can we aren't saying no to both and just walking out of here like no problem. Like there's no contracts. We'll get into Northspire ourselves. Like we'll.
Oh yeah, we could also just
like we could just have a clean exit and be like, hey, no secrets, yours, whatever. Like we'll move on. Thank you for the opportunity, but I found a better paying job, so I'm gonna go over there. So we could, and then we could, I don't know, save the kids on their own because they're somewhere. I mean, the box. I feel like we're just gonna have to sack it off.
Or we quickly go and move Henry and your girlfriend now.
How are we going to?
Can you send a message to them? Like,
I've got sending still. I could send a message to any
Can
of
you
them. I've met
send
them.
a message to them?
Good shout.
But
I could say
how-
you're not safe. Leave now with what's his face.
What, and just travel the road with my fucking kids, like?
Or I send a message to Fontaine and be like, being
Get
blackmailed
these,
by the
yeah.
guild. Get here now. Jaff's in major danger. Some bullshit, and get him here ASAP. Fontaine, it's me. Like, Jaff's life at stake. Need you here now. We're being blackmailed by the Thieves Guild. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it, go on, send it. Let's see.
Shall
what
I do
Yeah,
that?
I'm with it.
Right,
I'm
so
with it.
once I do that, are we now going to renown all?
So are we? So we're
I
we're
think
agreeing
the
to
most-
both and fucking them off, or we're saying no and just leaving.
The most fun option is to renege on both.
Yeah. I
All
think
right, we ha-
and
we
that
have
also
to- we
that
have
also
to
does
talk.
that also gives you the opportunity to potentially maybe talk to one of these oath dudes. I know
Yes,
they'll be trying to kill us, but
right.
I feel like we could maybe sort that out as well.
If I cast sending right here, right now, would they know?
Just do me a favour. Tell me the components for sending. If it's VS&M or VNS or S&M or whatever it is.
VSM.
So there is verbal and somatic. So there are both hand movements and verbal components. So they will notice. Yeah.
Fucking hell, I'm absolutely busting for a piss. Anyone know where the toilet is?
There's a toilet upstairs in the forge if you'd like to go and use it.
All right,
Mira
I'll be
can show
back
you the
in
way.
literally 2 minutes. And
We won't sign without you, mate. Don't worry. We'll wait for you.
Okay.
I'll talk to Velis or Velis, whatever his name is, throughout this, and I'll say, look, this first contract, I see that line at the bottom of Article 4. This is clearly this is a clear threat at this point. Like, you are.
It's not a threat. It's simply a component of the contract. If you are fulfill your side of the bargain without breaking any of the breach of the prohibitions, then those Article 4 becomes null and voided. It's only if Article 3 is enacted.
You start with telling me the thing as soon as I walked into the room, and then this is at the bottom of Article 4. Like, you think I don't know what's going on here? This is just a slimy way of doing business. Like, don't think I don't see what's going on here.
It's the way the Grey Lanterns deal with people.
Oh, slimy.
Yeah.
You can describe it however you may like, Mr. Frostgale. We can.
Well, look, we're going to take your contracts. We're going to take both. However, we don't want to all be signatories on both of them.
Unfortunately, that would go against Article 3 as the delegate retrieval to non-signatories would involve people that didn't sign, as in the same for the other contract. Only people that sign can be.
Why are you
involved in the
unmoving
retrieval
on
of
this
said-
contract?
What if on Article 2 I'm the only person that moves the cargo? Then can I
They
be
will-
the only signatory?
Unless you did it completely alone, in which case, you know,
Well,
you'd be doing
that's what I'm proposing.
Use your
But
brain,
you also- so
Velis.
you would not be with the rest of the party
No.
at all.
No, we got to tell us something.
Sorry,
Fucking
did
hell.
I stutter? I don't think I did.
Jeff, this
Make,
guy is pissing me off.
Persuasion or deception. Persuasion if you're actually going to do it completely on your own, or
Surely.
deception if you're
Can
going
I
to
just
still
say,
use the
surely he
people
gets
around you.
advantage from me butting in constantly.
Well, he would usually have disadvantage because of the necklace, so he's a flat roll. So you talk about the first or the second one, sorry, just so I'm just the.
I have
the
my
people
message,
that-
by the way.
No worries,
The
I'll come to you in a
second
second. The second one. He will say, well, we have, you are welcome to sign it alone. However, you will be involved with associates of the Grey Lanterns who will report back to me if you are indeed the only person transporting the cargo. If my delegates say that you are with others, or any of my Grey Lantern spies within Innermount see other people helping you, you will be in breach of said contract. But you're more than welcome to sign it alone. But understand that by alone, you will be the only people aware of their current whereabouts, where they are going to, and we're the only person involved in the transportation of said cargo. Failure to abide by these 3 rules will result in a breach of contract. So you're in the toilet.
Talk about that for so long.
You're Gildor. You're in the toilet pretending to bang a ship. What is your message when you're sending spell?
Right, I've got it exactly 25. I'm going to cast Sending, and the creature I'm sending to, which is Fontaine, hears the message and knows it's me straight away. So I'm going to say, need you in Northspire ASAP. JAFF in life-threatening danger and being blackmailed by the Grey Lanterns. Come ready to protect cargo with fortified backup.
Wow.
That is a lovely message. That's top tier.
You get a response from Fontaine. Understood. We will be there before nightfall.
Oh, shit.
We will not be able to have all of the Serpentines with us, as some are on other jobs, but we will bring as many as we can.
Would it cost me another spell slot to reply, or are we engaged in conversation?
It would cost you another spell slot to reply.
Bad DM. No, I'm joking. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I come back downstairs, and as I'm walking down, I message each and every one of them 3 separate times the same message saying, Fontaine is on his way. He'll be here by the end. He'll be here by night.
So as you walk down, Velis will say, so with the contracts, you're taking up both, as I understand?
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking up both. They're taking up one.
Okay, so he pulls out the first one, and he takes from his jacket pocket a empty ink pot, which has like a lid on it, and on the top of the lid there is a small pricked needle and a quill. And he says, he passes over he puts the ink pot on a table in front where the quill is, and says, each of you must prick your finger on the needle, dip the quill into the blood ink, and sign your name at the bottom. Who's going first?
Sorry, what are we doing now? Why do I have to do that?
To ratify said contract.
But isn't our signature enough? I mean, what's all this like drama about?
Well, people use fake names. People may sign without their
fake names. I walked in here and gave you my full government name.
as you did, but your 3 compatriots did not.
Yeah, and that's their choice. You gave them the choice. So that's your own
Correct.
fault. I'm going to sign
my choice
this,
now.
and I'm not
My
going to use
choice.
blood. So get with it or move on.
He just chuckles and says, "The rules have been stated. If you do not like, if you no longer wish to sign said contract,
It doesn't
you
say
are more than welcome
in the
to,
fucking
find your
contract
own-"
you're going to have to give up your blood. I'm not doing that.
Well-
I've got cold blood as well.
I have stated the rules. I am unwilling to bend or fold.
Okay, I'm gonna go to find. I'm gonna go to sign the first contract, and I really want you to not be a bad DM here, Jan, just to preface what I'm.
Yeah, that's a good way to start off the conversation.
Good way to start.
I just really want
That's
you
really
to
going
keep
to
in
become over
mind.
to your way of thinking.
I just want you to keep in mind that I don't believe you're a bad DM, but if you take the wrong course of action here, then I might. Could I attempt? Well, I've got 2 ideas. Firstly, this one I think is much less likely due to the finger pricking. Me writing Velis's name down won't do, and then covering it with an illusion wouldn't do anything, would it? Because it's just my hand, my finger that's pricked.
Just make a raw intelligence check for me.
I'm really bad at these.
You assume, just from the fact that there is blood and signature involved, that the blood has to match the name. You can't really do any more than that, but that makes sense to you.
Okay. My second idea, and the one that my preface goes to most, if I were to sign the first contract and cast Counterspell as I'm signing it...
Let me finish saying what I'm going to say before you jump down my throat, okay?
Wait, I didn't hear a single thing that you just said, sorry.
He wants to cast Counterspell as he signs.
Okay. Oh.
So it's not a spell effect. It's a magical item that you're interacting with. So Counterspell rules as written should not work. I will, however, allow you to, in the moment, if you do decide to go ahead with this course of action, make a spell attack roll with your, so basically as if you were to cast a spell, so use your proficiency plus a spell casting bonus. And if you beat a DC 25, it goes off without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
If you beat a DC 20, you will fool Velis, but not the Oathkeepers.
Okay.
That's fun.
I'm willing to do that.
Also, if you were trying to do that for both contracts, then you have to make a separate roll for each one.
Okay.
What will the success of that roll mean?
So, on a 20, you will fool Velis, i.e., he will believe that you have signed it. Which means that basically, in for JAFF, the contract is not binding between him and Velis. So the prohibitions and the breaches wouldn't matter for JAFF. On a 25, you've also fooled the Oathkeepers. Therefore, any breach of any contract will not invoke the wrath of the Oathkeepers down the line.
Right. Okay. When signing the first one, then I'm going to attempt to. Are you saying this takes up a counterspell spell slot?
It will take up a spell slot as well.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. So I'm rolling a D20 and adding my spell attack bonus, which is an 8.
Yep. So a 12 a 12 to 17. So 12 to 16 falls Velis. 17 or higher also falls the Oathkeepers.
Is there any bardic going about while I'm signing this contract?
Sorry, yes, I am here. I am present.
What's your bard die?
It's 8.
This number plus 8 without my bardic.
Yes. So you're at a 16.
16.
So a 4 on the die or higher will hide you from Velis. Nothing you roll can hide you from the Oathbreakers. The Oathkeepers, sorry. You cast Counterspell under your breath as you're signing, and you feel just the raw innate magic within this contract rebuff your attempts, and you are now bound to this contract.
That's hilarious.
Did the rest of you all try and sign this first contract we're talking about at the moment?
I mean, if Jeff is bound, we might as well all be bound.
Yeah. There's no point. Yeah, fine. I'm gonna fucking my stupid fucking finger for you.
I prick my finger and sign on it.
You will. ZARLOK do the same?
Of course.
Cool. So you are all signed down to that first contract. He then pulls up the second contract. So this one, as I understand, only yourself, Mr. Whitehair, as I'll call you to keep your name hidden for now. Only you wish to sign, so you will be the only person involved in the undertaking of said delivery of living cargo. That would include retrieval, transportation, and final drop-off of said cargo.
Yep, that's me.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna attempt to counterspell it again.
Cool. Same rules apply. So
that's 21.
21. So you have deceived Velis, but not the Oath Keepers.
Okay, so I'm not bound to anything he would do from contract 2 anyway. It's only the Oath Keepers who'd be pissed. They're going to be double pissed off with me now. But
if you go through the course of action you're going to go through, then yes, they will. And
I
you are
think
the only person to be signing this one. Just so I'm 100% sure.
yes, yeah. So technically, the only thing to do with this contract, the second contract, none of you are bound, and the only thing to do with it is that the Oath Keepers are pissed off with me. None of us are actually bound to the Grey Lanterns by this contract.
Yeah, which actually means as well that your party can help you with contract 2.
Yeah.
Cool. So after you prick your finger and sign with your blood, Velis also signs to ratify his side of the contract. He rolls up the 2 scrolls and places them in a scroll case. Places them on a little shelf behind him, and says, "Well, perfect. We can now talk about the details of said contract. For contract 1, I can speak freely in front of you all. However, when it comes to contract 2, I'm afraid the rest of your party would have to disappear, and I have to have a one-on-one conversation with Mr. Whitehair, as he's the only one involved in said contract. But we can talk about contract 1 to begin with.
Okay.
So, contract 1, the retrieval of precious cargo. So the sealed coffer, we believe, in fact we know, is being... Let me just go to my notes real quick. It is kept in the vault of Brimstone Keep within Innermount. The mention of Brimstone Keep, JAFF, you know this to be... It is the last sort of bastion of defense. It is historically, it is the place that people would hide if the city of Northspire was ever under attack. It is deep within the center of the mountain. It is a stone fortress, heavily fortified within a mountain. It's basically impossible to get into. Yeah. He says, at present, we believe that Lord Halverick Dane is in control of Brimstone Keep. And at Halverick Dane's name, though he was actually a noble who was corrupt and lost his lordship under your father's rule because he was selling government secrets to the Dwergar General Ragrum Skullfist. So clearly he's been reinstated in your absence.
He was doing what, sorry?
He sold government secrets to the Dwergar War General Ragrum Skullfist, who is the final member of the...
who is the final member. That's why I typed up there.
Yeah.
And that guy who was selling secrets is now in charge of this Innermount.
Yes, he did lose his lordship when Luke's father, or Jaff's father, was in charge, but clearly in recent times has had his lordship reinstated.
And this guy's got the box.
He rules the Brimstone Keep, and basically, in essence, also then rules Innermount, which is the subterranean city within the city, in a sense. We believe that the sealed coffer will be in the vault of his keep. However, through some reconnaissance of some grey lanterns, we have found a secret passageway into said vault. The only slight problem is it is directly behind a lava fall, long lava fall that runs from the top of Innermount down to the bottom. So we will have to find a way to get there, but we believe that with your know-how and our intelligence, we can get you guys into said vault. You would have to simply find the coffer. Anything else within the vault that you guys wish to take is completely up to you, as long as you leave no trace that you or any Grey Lanterns were involved.
Okay.
Any questions on this job before I ask for the rest of you guys to depart and I explain the other job to Mr. Whitehair?
We should have really ironed this out earlier, but I've just realised that the payment is only 400 gold. It doesn't say like per person, so it's a bit of a piss take, really.
It is per person. You've all signed.
Oh,
therefore
good.
You're all privy to the same.
Okay. I thought
same
okay,
benefits.
brilliant. I guess you're more intelligent, so.
And not to state the obvious, but this guy doesn't know we're stealing this from him.
No.
Well, we're meant to drop it off back here.
Yes, please return it to us. We will actually have Grey Lantern people within Innermount, but it's probably safer if you bring it back here.
Could always just hand it to the Shade Mother herself.
It's a good shout.
We shall perhaps leave that for another time.
Fair enough.
Can I, as I ask that question, cast Detect Thoughts?
You can indeed.
Good shout.
Just put it in the thing.
So you get surface thoughts, and then you can dig deeper.
Yeah. The surface thoughts of Velis are, I wonder why they are so interested in the Shade Mother. I hope she's not in danger. Those are the surface thoughts.
I got chills.
You can get an automatic fail on your portent.
I'm going to probe deeper and give him my 13.
As you probe deeper, you'll hear in his thoughts. It's strange. I know the Shade Mother has actions she wishes to take against Antoine, but from our intelligence, these gentlemen are also not in Antoine's good books. Perhaps it might be an idea to encourage a meeting between the two, but that is not my place to decide.
No.
I've just had a theory.
So the Shade Mother is opposed to Antoine. I've learned from that, essentially.
Yes.
They're bluffing. They're bluffing.
But you probed. Can he lie like that? Like
No. I mean, I reckon they're bluffing.
Oh, I see.
I don't know, actually. If we reneged on the contract that badly, this sounds they put us. Sorry, they've given us quite two. It's just dawned on me how important these two jobs they've just given 4 random strangers are.
Yeah.
That is
I
wild.
think I
They're
might
bluffing. They're bluffing.
I think I might know who the Shade Mother is.
I think they're bluffing. I think
There's a lot of like big statements being made here.
There's a lot of our things.
Yeah, very true, ZARLOK. Thank you.
Now that piece of information has come to light, if the Shade Mother is opposed to Antoine, they would never hand us in if they truly know that we are opposed to him.
They don't
I
have to
suppose
hand
if
us
we
in
cross them
by encouraging
that
a
badly-
meeting. Feel like they can, finagle that.
If we cross them that
regardless.
badly, do we, with the actions we've taken, do we actually still have the ability to just do these contracts properly?
Yeah, you can do them properly, yeah.
I would like to really see this as thought out as possible. I think we should try and get some more information on these guys and see, are they cunts? Like, because at the end of the day, they could just be transporting to Ace My Children somewhere safe. They could be stealing from a prick.
Yeah. Can I also just maybe potentially add on? Do you think now we can bring up the fact that we met Talis?
Now we've signed. By the way, you're never seeing that $5 grand.
No, it was 3.
$6 grand.
They gave him.
It was 6.
They gave him 6.
3 and you owe 6.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, okay.
And we're not even touching the interest there.
I think we can at the very least before we leave make fun of him. I think.
I'll let you do the honors on that.
So are we getting out of here or?
Yeah, let's fucking get going. But I would like to, before we take decisive action, I think we really need to apply as much of our trade as we can. Like, let's take all 4 of our skill sets to the max before we just go fuck it gung ho.
Dude, that's inspiring. Genuinely, I'm inspired by that.
Good, I love you.
So if you have no more questions for me, if the 3 of you could perhaps wait upstairs with Mira.
That's no
and
worries.
I will have a conversation with Mr.
I did have
Whitehair
a
over
question.
Please ask away.
There was a dude in the bar yesterday who was giving it large.
Okay.
And
I don't see a question just as of yet, but please continue.
Well, maybe if you're patient, he'll ask one, won't he?
Kind of a statement come question.
Right, anyway, he was giving it large and he was talking about how he bought all this fancy equipment and shit. I think he was like a brewer or something, and he was saying how he was happy he got your your money.
I see. So you've been speaking to Talus, have you? Is he the one
What,
that's
that
Talus.
idiot? You lot gave money to that idiot.
You got it. You're an idiot.
No way you gave money to that
He's a
moron.
moron.
he just chuckles and says, "Oh, we know, but a 3,000 gold investment for the possibility of having
Oh, here we go.
breweries within Midspire and perhaps above. You know, if a bottle of or cask of ale was to work its way into the hands of someone we particularly didn't like, and that ale went off. Well, it's worth the 3,000 gold investment if it does eventually pull off. But from what we're seeing, I'm assuming.
Well,
that,
he was working
our
hard
efforts
in the
were
bar
in
yesterday.
vain.
Yeah.
I would have put your trust in someone with an intelligence above 4 if I were you.
Well, it's only 3,000 gold, and we can always take it back from. We can always take the equipment back, and again, it's
You're never gonna get
Win-win
back the
for
money
us.
he spent on that. Like, that's not how those machines work, man. It's like once you
they've
buy
definitely
them.
depreciated in value.
Yeah,
there. You've
the
definitely
moment it
lost
left
some
the
money there.
factory, mate, it was
Look,
worth
be
nothing.
honest. You fat fingered the trade, didn't you? Be honest.
Are you all accountants yourself, or do you have an understanding of how the inner workings of monetary
I may not know
transactions work
how
in this area?
money works, but I'll tell you what, I know
Well, then
how
perhaps you should
the
shut your mouth.
world works.
This guy, Gildor's gone upstairs. This guy pissing him the fuck off.
I'm gonna hold up 2 fingers as I walk out, like fuck it up.
So you all leave apart from JAFF.
Jan, once
Yes.
they leave, I'm going to take a complete and utter shot in the dark here.
Are you going in the Whispers channel or are you staying?
We can stay here. It's
Can
fine.
you stay just so it's
No,
recorded? But
we'll stay
we just have to
I'll stay
pretend
here.
that we're not there.
I'm taking a complete and utter shot in the dark here, but it just came to my head and I thought it would be fun. I'll just start kind of rambling on about the Shade Mother and how much we want to meet her. And while we're doing that, I'm going to prestidigitate a aged up head of my older sister. Oh, I'm sorry, my younger sister.
It's a bit of a loose version of how presentation works, but I'll let it work for a cool flavour.
Thank you. I can minor illusion it if you.
My illusion, but it's probably slightly better, even though it's still
Okay,
a bit much,
cool.
but it's fine. I'll give it to you. So you do so, and make an insight check for me on his face. There's no reaction on his face, and he just continues to let you ramble.
Okay. It was a shot in the dark. And okay, well, go on then. You can tell me about this contract now, then, Velis.
So the cargo is being kept within the Emberdeep halls. They are a religious sanctuary who worship Bahamut, the platinum dragon. They apparently help the needy of Innermount. You are to go to Emberdeep halls alone and ask for Luminar Vaith. He is the head priest, the head cleric of said Emberdeep halls. He will take you to the children, and they are to be delivered to the broker, who will be residing within the Golden Fang, which is a underground fight
I'm
club.
aware. I'm aware.
Well, that makes my job a lot easier. The broker will be obvious as to who he is. He will be a Githyanki male. Just head up to him, and him the children, and he will send word that the transaction has been completed.
All right. Yeah, thanks. I'll point to the bloke with shit teeth and I'll say you should probably go see a dentist about that.
Do you not want to know how you're getting into the city? Or
well, yeah, go on then.
Well, he'll point to Nine Locks and say, the bloke with the shit teeth that you so aptly described will be
I didn't say him. I just pointed to the bloke with the shit teeth. But go on.
He will be your guide. He will take you in. Once you are in, he will perhaps give you some brief information about Innermount, just to help you on your travels, and then he will leave. When you are ready, just return here. If you have any preparations you need to make, anything you must do before you go, it's completely fine. But like I said, you have 2 weeks to complete all of said jobs. So chop chop.
Chop chop. Yeah, tell your boss, the one who tells you what to do, that we'd like to meet her. And yeah,
I will pass on your request. If she wishes to make herself known, she shall.
Good boy.
He just sighs and takes out a ledger and just goes to start writing some stuff down.
Good boy. Good little boy, aren't you? You're a good boy. And then I'll be like, right, we'll be back to grab fucking Jaws over there, and we'll see you in a bit. And I'll walk out, and I'll go up to the top, and I'll be like, what a cunt. Honestly, I fucking hate that prick.
Can I just ask, just for going forward, I actually don't know this, what's everybody's passive perceptions just for the future?
Baby, that's a little bit sexy. It's a 16.
16?
Where am I reading this, sorry?
It's
It
just
should
below
be
you.
underneath all the skills,
10.
yeah. 10?
Sorry. Wait, what? What
Is
am I
that
looking
not?
at?
Is that not what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Passive
Probably-
Perception
it
must
could
be
be.
higher than 10.
If he's got a 0 to his perception, then it will be 10.
Your wisdom is 10.
His wisdom's 8.
What am I looking at?
My
Passive
wisdom is
perception.
also
It's underneath
Yeah.
your skill checks, Fred.
Yeah,
Passive
yeah. Oh,
wisdom
9,
perception.
9.
Yeah, Zarlok, jeez, you're passively percepting nothing, my brother.
Mine's a natural 20.
Unreal.
No, it's not. It's 12.
I know it's not. Cool. So the highest is
Mine's
16, just so I'm aware.
16, yeah, the highest is
Cool.
16.
So yeah,
me.
You are all upstairs in Hammerfell Forge. Mira is just continuing to work on another set of horseshoes, and you guys are free to do whatever it is you wish to do.
All right, we should probably go see Henri and Connie, shouldn't we?
Very, very quickly, just before we go, I'm going to grab a pen and paper off the side. This is just one last thing that'll take 30 seconds. And I'm going to sign on a piece of paper. I, GILDOR Gilgalad, Master of Mages and representative of ZAFF, alongside, and I draw 3 like sharp lines as if to be like sign here. Formally request counsel with the Shade Mother, ... I believe our goals are more aligned than you think. Best wishes, GGG. And then I ask everyone here to sign on each line I've written on. I've scribbled, basically.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my signature and then a little X next to it.
Yeah, I'll sign it, and put a smiley face next to mine.
I'll just put the letter Z.
So draws himself on the line.
You'll sign as you just leave it on the side. You can give it to Mira, or are you just gonna?
I'm going to go back downstairs to the geezer we've just been talking to, and I'm going to give it to him and say, give that to the Shade Mother, and do what I know that you know is the right thing. And I'm going to swirl my coat as I turn around and walk back upstairs.
Okay. You do so. He just takes it wordlessly, puts it down to the side, doesn't even read it yet. And
He's such a cunt, honestly. Fuck this guy.
I hate him so much.
I hope you know it took if there wasn't a child on the scene, I would have fucking fireballed this geezer.
Yeah. I was tempted to anyway, to be honest.
Where are you guys heading? To the Dawnfields?
I've got to head back to the Dawnfields either way. I don't know if you lot want to come, but I've got to head there either way.
Do we have anything else to do?
Do we have to do this like straight away?
No, we need to wait for Fontaine.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we're
yeah.
going to be starting minimum at least a day and a half from now. You know.
How far away is the GILDOR?
The Jadember Inn is within the city, so until you get into the city,
Bastard.
you can't really get there. So you have to. It's basically you can go once you've dealt with Connie and Henry. From tomorrow morning, when you probably go to bed and whatever, and then you go in. Once you're in, you can go straight to the Jadember Inn. You can do stuff at Innermount first. You have 2 weeks to do the tasks, so you have time. You've got to do them first.
Sweet.
Although one of them does involve going from Innermount to the Jadember Inn. Like the second contract, literally is take something from where you're about to go to where you want to go.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm heading back to the Dawnfield.
If we've got,
All of you are welcome to do whatever you want.
do you know what? Is there any bookshops around here? Is there any like publishers, libraries? There's not a publisher down here, no way. But you know what I mean.
They'll in the Woodward Quarter. There would be a small bookshop, probably.
I want to go see it. Go see the library.
Cool. Who's going where? Is it just everyone going? Is it just JAFF going to Dawnfield? Is everyone else going off, or are you split in, or what?
I'll go
Zarlok
JAFF to the Dawnfields.
Triple G
Cool.
can decide where he went once he gets back.
Cool. So heading to the Dawnfield will be JAFF and Zarlok. So you walk across the river back to Connie's farm. You knock on the door. She opens it. She is. It's probably like you've been there for a while. You had a long, drawn-out conversation. It's probably like midday, 1ish at this point, and she's just finished work in the farm. She's come back for a little bit of lunch. Henry's playing outside. Henry is playing outside with a
Ori.
like he's taken like straw from the farm and turned it into like a makeshift sailor's hat and a stick, and he's like pretending to be a pirate on his ship outside.
Okay, I'm gonna say to Zarlok, I'm gonna be like, I left something yesterday on the bookcase. Can you bring Henri inside, and you'll know what's mine when you see it, but I left it there for them. Can you just show Henri and get him to put it somewhere safe for him and his mum?
Of course I can.
So Zarlok, you go outside, and Henry is like got his wooden stick out, and he hasn't really spoken to you because you're a big and scary guy. And as you walk over, he sees the big sword on your back, and says, "Oh, can we have a dueling fight, me and you? You can use your sword. I'll use mine." And he brandishes his stick in front of him.
Careful.
How old is this kid?
7.
Fuck, I've got a thing for killing kids about 8 years old, don't I? Around 7, 8 years old.
You did this to me, Luke. You did this to me.
I will throw this entire campaign sideways.
Luke's kid has just asked me to have a sword fight with me.
He's outside playing with a long stick, pretending to be a sailor or like a pirate, and he's seen Zarlok outside, and he wants to have a fight.
Zarlok's actually been pretty good with kids so far, if you think about it.
Yeah, and animals. He was very kind to animals in the Shadowfell.
I'm going to pick up a stick and be like, if you beat me in this fight, I'll let you play with my sword.
All right.
I'll give you this compass.
This is where Henry pulls out Compass 1.
Henry's going to roll to hit
Can
you.
you roll initiative? Can you roll initiative?
Go on, roll initiative. He gets a minus.
No!
It's play fighting, it's alright.
Henry's got a 4 initiative. What's your initiative?
Wait, what?
Roll initiative. Just to have the sword, have the case. So you get to attack first with your stick.
Right.
Please, nat 20. Please, nat 20.
What am I rolling here? Like, what?
Just use Stormcleaver. You won't actually do that damage, but just use Stormcleaver to roll. 15 will definitely hit his AC. So he runs up to you.
What the fuck are we doing here? Sorry, wait,
It's
what the fuck
obviously
is going on?
Stick fight. It's a stick fight.
Yeah, you're 8 foot tall and have 20 strength.
I'm not hitting hell.
He's just a tall family member.
He runs up to you, stick in hand, like both hands around this, like it's not even that long. It's probably like forearm length. And as he gets close, he trips up, and as he like stumbles past you, you just sort of wrap him on the back of the legs with the stick, and he stumbles forward. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going easy on you. All right, I can't go easy on this one. He's a strong boy. My turn." And he's going to roll to hit. He gets a -4 to his attack.
Rolls a nat 20.
He rolled a 2. So he gets up and he just lobs the stick at you, and it goes like 10 yards right of you, absolutely nowhere near you. And he's like,
Zarlok's going to fall on the floor.
He then runs up and just kicks you. He just runs up and kicks you in the bollocks. He's like, I win. Give me your sword. Let me try and use your sword. He goes to pull Stormcleaver out, and it's just so heavy for him, he can't even get it out the scabbard of where it's held in his back. He's like, you know what? Whew. I think I need a drink. Let's go inside. But that's 1-0 me.
Agreed.
And you guys head inside.
Right. I'm going to take him inside. I'm going to have a drink. And I'm going to have... I just imagine this little kid to be drinking his drink right now. You know, like when like those like 5-year-old kids like come running in from like playing from outside, they're like...
Yeah. He's drinking a glass of milk like that. He's just like, he's breathing whilst he's drinking.
Yeah. And then Luke said there would be something that he left on the side. I'm just going to look around for what the fuck he was talking about.
All right. Make an investigation check for me.
Oh, God. Why did I leave Zarlok in charge of this?
You look at this like bookcase where he told you to look, and there's a big pile of gold at the bottom. But you look beyond that. You see just on the shelf above, there's a small little sewing kit, and in your head you're like, "This is exactly what JAFF left. This is the only thing that makes sense for JAFF to leave this small little sewing kit." And you're like, "Yep, 100% is this."
Right, I'm going to pick up the sewing kit and then look at Henry and be like, "Do you reckon this is what we're looking for? Like, your old man told us to come in here."
My old man?
What?
Who, the old man Gaston? He told you to look in here.
Oh shit! What's that?
I'm
going to look Stormcleaver at the wall.
Stormcleaver just goes thrum and just like embeds himself into the wall. He's like, "Wow!" And he looks, and Henry runs up to him and sees that you've perfectly impaled like a small spider. He's like,
I'm just about to say, "Oh shit! It was a spider."
Wow. Usually, like, Mum's scared of spiders, so I'm the big strong man. I go and deal with all the spiders in the house. But usually, I just pick them up and throw them outside. That's a cool way of getting rid of them. I might have to learn that one.
Did Luke say where he's going?
He's gone to. I'm assuming he's gone to Connie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably in the next room, presumably.
Yeah, in the next room.
Right, I'm going to go to the next room. I'm going to knock on a door. I'm going to open it and then just like reach my hand through with the sewing kit, but like not come into the room.
But you're in the middle of a conversation. You're in the middle of a conversation with Connie, and you just see a big hand holding this very dainty little sewing kit just poke through the doorway.
I'll message him and say, "Why are you showing me a sewing kit? I'm in the middle of quite an important conversation here."
It's what you told me to get.
No, the fucking gold. The gold, you dumb prick. Why would I leave a sewing kit?
I'm gonna slam the door, go back into the room, look around for the gold, get the gold, and then sew.
Zarlok is simply imploding under the weight of such instruction.
Sew a little stick man into my I'm going to pick the gold up. I get distracted while I'm going to pick it up and start sewing a little stick man into my suit trouser.
You sew a little stick man into the pocket part of your suit trousers. It actually was quite good. And then you eventually remember to get the gold, and you finally pick up the gold.
Where are me and Yeg?
You guys are heading to a bookshop.
Well, actually, you have the choice of being somewhere.
Yeah,
But
you
you can
could
come
be
with me. I'm trying to find a bookshop in the Woodward Quarter.
You could be in this scene if you want to.
Yeah, it's Triple G's just been silently stood in the corner.
Watching Zarlok so for a little bit too long.
No, I'll come to a bookshop.
I'm also gonna then say to Henry, right, young Henry, let's go outside and play some Stormcleaver and Ball.
Okay, let's go. And
What the fuck? What have you done with the gold? What have you done with the gold?
I've taken the gold. I've got the gold on me.
Wait, you've just taken it? Right, okay.
Yeah, I've got the gold on me.
You've been fucking lying.
I'm waiting outside for you.
Oh my
Right, if you go
god.
outside to play Stormcleaver and Ball,
I told you to give it to Henry!
With 1,000.
Yeah, I've got it. I currently don't trust Henry. Right? He just kicked me in the nuts. Right?
Honestly, that's
Henry is-
kind of valid.
Henry is the Shade Mother, obviously.
Meanwhile, we're going to cut back to JAFF and Connie in the kitchen
Oh my
having
God.
a conversation. Midway through the conversation, I have to narrate the hand coming through, but for now, we'll say
Yeah.
she walks in. What do you do?
So basically, I'm going to pull her into the side room and I'm going to be like, look, it's become apparent the more things we've learned that I just don't think it's safe here for you guys. I've spoken, my friend Gil, who you met earlier, has spoken to quite a powerful friend of ours, and they're going to take you somewhere safe. They're going to take you and Henri to somewhere safe, and you'll not have to get caught up in what's going on in Northspire. And then once we know you're definitely safe, then maybe you can come back here. Maybe it will be better for you here. But I think for now, the best course of action for you both is to be with our friends.
Yeah, bows her head a little bit and says, well, yes, if that's what you think is best, that's what you think is best, Jean-Pierre, then we'll happily go. As long as Henry's safe, then that's all I care about.
Trust me, this is all about keeping Henri as safe as possible.
I guess I'll have to think of some work I can do wherever this place is, just to keep us from getting by. The farm is enough to keep us going. It's, we sort of live off of it and sell a few bits and bobs down in the market just to pay for, clothes for Henry and maybe a toy here and there.
Where you're going, I am a baron of, and I've also left a little supply amount for you either way. So there definitely will not be need for you to work, to do anything. I mean, you can pick up stuff to keep you busy if you so wish to, but this is about you staying safe where you are, and you don't need to worry about kind of like maintaining yourself through like monetary means or whatever. You don't have to worry about that.
He blushes for a second and says, a prince and a baron, how did I get so lucky? And says, well,
because you're a saucy little tart, that's why.
I thank you for everything. When will we be going?
Nightfall. You'll be leaving as soon as possible at nightfall, and there will be a sizable amount of people to get you to where you're going safely, and they will, I trust them very much, they will look after you, don't you worry.
He nods and smiles, and she looks at you and says, "And when will I see you again? When will Henry see you again?" And make an insight check for me. As she says, "When will I see you again?" there is like a half a second too long of eye contact, and she pulls her eyes away knowingly, but there is a slight sense of longing in
Are
her,
you
in her gaze.
flirting with me, Yanis?
He's trying to fuck.
It's Yanis flirting with me. I'm going to keep it very business for now, and I'm going to be like, look, I don't know how long this is going to take. There's so much. I mean, I've learned just since we've got here. There's so much to sort out. But as soon as everything is done, the first thing I will do is come and find you two.
She'll say in almost a whisper, just come back alive, okay? And then gives you she gets up on her tippy toes and gives you a kiss on the cheek.
I'll kind of embrace her a little bit, and I'll say, look, I'll do my best. And at this point, a large hand holding a sewing kit comes through.
Yeah, from the door.
I'll basically go on to say that, look, I'm probably going to stay here with you guys until nightfall and my friends come. Just follow what they say. They're very kind, they're very nice, but they know how to survive, and you need to just keep your wits about you and listen to what they say. You can trust these people.
I will. Thank you for everything. I can't thank you enough.
You can thank me by changing his name to Henri instead of Henry.
Maybe. And she chuckles.
Okay, and then I'll go out and I'll watch ZARLOK and the kid playing Stormcleaver and Ball.
Cool. Meanwhile,
I'm quickly just going to say to him, we're playing for a lot of money here. I'm going to pull out the 2,000 gold.
Henry's eyes go wide. He's barely seen like 10 gold pieces in one place before, so seeing 1,250 is like crazy. And he's like, right, I've got my A game on. How do you play Stormcleaver and Ball?
Place the ball on the floor and hit it with. You're a little bit weak, so you can use a stick. Hit the ball with the stick as hard as you can, and the furthest it goes wins.
I'm going first, and he goes to the ball with his stick. He will get a -4 to this roll, so he gets a 0.
As a reaction, as he hits the ball, I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke on it, and basically just try and get it as far as I possibly can with it.
So he goes to hit the ball, and he tops it like a golf swing. Like, he literally hits the top of the ball, and it just like doesn't really go anywhere. But as his stick hits the ball, there's a small little pew of like fire flame, and it fires forward about 20 feet. And comes to like, wow, I'm a sorcerer. Oh, I'm the most powerful wizard alive. And he like looks at his hands. It's like, and then he like pushes his hand out to try and like telekinetic blast something, and nothing happens. He's like, I have to
as he puts his hand out, I'm going to Eldritch Blast where he puts his hand out. from the
blast fires and hits into one of the scarecrows in the field, and just like absolutely takes his head off. And he's like, wow. Oh, I'm so strong. He's like, right, your turn. Go on, you go.
ZARLOK stood there like, what the fuck? How did he do that?
You hit the ball so hard with Stormcleaver that it just shatters and breaks. And all the pieces just fly everywhere. And he was like, I win, you lose. Ha ha, you're so bad, you're stinky.
I'm going to give him the gold.
Do you think we have to pay for magic school? I don't want to be a sailor anymore. I want to be a magician. I want to be a wizard.
Well, no need for school for that, mate. You just did it. It's crazy.
It's like, no, I think I should give this to Mummy. I think she'll know what's best to do with it. And he runs off. Mum, look what I won.
ZARLOK shaking his head.
Scary man with tattoo on his head.
ZARLOK shaking his head because he's thinking, I would have just fucking took that money and pocketed it straight away.
So yeah, and then we're gonna now cut over to Yeg and Gildor. So you're walking northwards from the forge up to the Woodward Quarter, and it's very simple here. There's like a little lumber mill where people are sawing up some wood. There's a small, actually, little cafe, restaurant kind of vibe, very quaint. Couple of people sitting there, and off in the corner, in just like a sort of almost like an alleyway, you just see a small little bookshop called the Nested Nook. And as you walk in, there's a small little gnomish fellow wearing spectacles, reading a book, and he sees you guys and goes, yes, gentlemen, well, how are you all doing? How can I help?
Hello, my friend. I immediately love this place. What's the vibe in here? Is it like small, cozy, like literally little nook?
It's small, cozy. It's not even really a full-on building. Like, it's, you have to, like, you're quite small, so you're okay, but Gildor is actually almost like, the roof is almost a little bit too short for your head. You've got to be slightly stooped as you walk in. And there is just a couple of, like, hay, like, filled cushions dotted around.
Amazing.
And the walls are just lined with books. There's a small little candles just, like, illuminating the room. There's like a billowing, like in the corner, there's like a steaming pot of tea that has just been freshly brewed with a very small, ornate, fine china like tea set. Says, please come sit. Can I pour you a glass, a cup of oolong? It's my own brew. I grow the oolong in my garden.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much.
He pours out 2 cups of
Gil,
3 cups of oolong tea for you all.
This is heaven. This is literally heaven.
We need this.
This reminds Gildor a lot of Zahith. Just old school books.
And seeing you, he's like, an elven man. Wow, you must. There is probably enough books here to last you a lifetime. But even for your lifetime, I think I don't have enough. You must be travelers. We don't get many travelers in the Woodward Quarter. But please, how can I help?
Yeah, I've got a couple of things, and honestly, you know, I understand if none of them work out, but I was wondering if you had anything from maps to history books on Teagard. I don't know if you'd have those here.
Just Teagard. He starts to like roughen his brow and just like massage his temple, trying to like think back to this. Teagard, that's in Nithrelis, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Give me just one moment.
Roger that.
He starts rifling through books upon books, going through, like, he has to get a small little, he's a little gnomish man of books at the top, even though it's, for you guys, it's below head height. For him, he has to, like, climb on a small little footstool, climb stuff, like, this is my geography section, my history section, it should be somewhere in between here. He starts doing a little bit of rummaging, and it's just, this might have some information for you. And he pulls out a small tome. It's actually it's a third-person account of a story of an adventurer. His name was, let me quickly go through the notes. His name was Dorin Brightpipe. He was a halfling adventurer. Not like the most renowned, but he explored parts of Nithrelis, and part of that book was him leaving home, and his home was Teagard. And the beginning first like chapter of the book is a third-person account from the author, who is a human just like historian called Owen Brandt, who basically says how this halfling adventurer grew up in Teagard. It's dated about 120 years ago, the events, so before your father's time. But Merrin grew up in Teagard, and he was a farmer who just helped out in the village. And he was once out farming. The blizzard set in. He got stuck out in the woods. Had to defend himself from wolves using just like a couple of rocks and like a stick that he formed into a baton. And he realized he was quite good at fighting and enjoyed himself, and he went off adventuring. And there's a crudely hand-drawn map of the surrounding areas. It's not like a map that your uncle would have drawn. It's very, like, imagine when you open up the first page in a Lord of the Rings book, it's a hand-drawn map with just like a few places of interest. But you see that Teagard is to the southeast of the Cliffkeep Mountains in Nithrelis, which is sort of the central delta of Nithrelis. The mountain range is like sort of smack bang in the middle of the continent. And to the southeast and the southeastern areas are like bright verdant expanses. There's like plains. There's a little rainforest sort of further east, which is actually where Lythara is, which is the people you impersonated when you went into the
what are they called again? Say it again.
Lythara was
Lythara, thank you.
That was the rainforest area. So that's to the east of Teagard. Teagard is directly below the Cliffkeep Mountains to the southeast corner of it. He says, I'm afraid I don't have anything particularly historical. These are the only thing that I remember reading in my time. You're welcome to have another browse if you want to try and find something else.
I might do in a sec. Yeah, for sure.
May I ask the interest in Teagard? Is very rare people coming here with any interest whatsoever, but a very small village, halfling village, in Nithrelis is something that a dragonborn like yourself, I can hardly imagine having an interest in.
Yeah. You know, it's just I'm writing a book, you see. I'm writing a book, and it's not specifically about Teagard, but I'm taking a lot of inspiration from the place. So I'm trying to get as big a picture of it as possible.
Well, I would love to read the book someday. If you could ever, when it's finished, I would love a copy.
Yeah, that does lead me on to my next question, which is: would you be willing to sell it in low volume? You know, I'm not asking you to sell thousands. You know, I'm just saying, would you have it in your shop? Would that be okay?
Why, of course, as long as I don't particularly stock anything vulgar.
No.
Erotica and assaults is a big no-no.
No, that's fine.
In listed look.
You know, it's almost peculiar you mentioned it, actually.
Well, I had a gentleman come in the other week asking for some erotic novels, and I told him I don't stock it. And he got rather angry.
Aren't they? Fiends.
Well, I understand the allure of romance and love, but he wanted, for want of a better word, just pure smut. And for me, that's the lowest form of literature. But I mean, everyone's allowed to enjoy what they enjoy.
I feel like we've veered off topic here.
Slightly, yes.
Yeah. What did you say your name was? Did you? Hello.
I didn't actually. I am Jarrett TH3IVES.
Jarrett TH3IVES. That's a great name. I love that.
Well, thank you.
Jarrett, can I ask if you have some books?
Well, of course.
Hold that thought, Jarrett. My familiar dog is fucking barking.
Oh, please. I would ask if you could keep all pets outside. Is that a ferret I see as well with you?
Oh God, the ferret away.
Oh fucking hell!
So can I just get a quick confirmation that you would be willing? Because I do have a deal for a book.
Well, yeah. Once it is published, you are welcome to. I mean, I could probably only stock 30, maybe 50 copies at a time. I have a small little store at the back, but I try not to store too much in there just in case of rain and damp and stuff.
What's your rates on books? Do you do like one big, not payment? What am I trying to explain here? Like the contract, the deal, like the amount exchanged.
I'm very flexible.
Are you a per book kind of guy, or are you a?
Well, I mean, I would look for a possible, if I'm buying in bulk, perhaps a slight discount on bulk orders. But I'm happy to have a top up mentality in the sense of I will perhaps stock 30, maybe 40, and then when I run low, I can put another order in, and we could just keep a rolling contract going that way. I'm very amicable and very amenable.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, me too. Like, I'm starting a business. I'm kind of an entrepreneur in a way. I know, but I know most fail in their first year, but I'm not going to. So I'm glad.
That is the mentality
I'm
you
glad
must
that
have. I was told by everyone that I
would.
would never be able to make a living from selling books, especially in the foothold. There's not many people that are readers around here, but
Yeah.
it's a travelling hotspot. And although most travellers would go straight into the city itself, some like to spend a day or two around here, and sometimes what's better than sitting by an old river bend with a book in hand, sipping a oolong tea?
Amazing.
Nothing. I actually sell packs. I sell a book and a packet of my tea for a discounted rate.
Your own?
My own tea, yes. I grow the oolong in my
right.
in my garden.
Sorry. But so what was the first bit? Sorry, just so I'm clear. I feel like I misheard you. Just say the line again, because I've.
Well, there are not many travellers that come through that spend a lot of time here, but those that do, I try and sell them a book and a pack of oolong tea.
Yeah, I'm with. Sorry, yes, I'm with you. Do you know what? I will buy some tea. Actually, what's your Do you have? I mean, how many are in a pack or whatever?
I could do 5 silver for
Dude,
a half an ounce bag.
Yeah.
Picking up a halfie of tea.
If you'd like the full ounce, I'd do it for a gold.
yeah. I'll take a full ounce.
Perfect.
I'll do that immediately.
Takes a small paper bag, fills it with this loose oolong tea. Says the trick is he puts in a few fill up your own tea bags. The trick is just to fill the tea bag to about 2/3 of the way, tie it with a nice little bit of string. Let it brew for at least 30 seconds, but no longer than 45.
Okay, shit. Writing down fucking instructions shit, I'm shaking. No more than 45.
It just unlocks the flavour without becoming slightly. If you let it brew too long, you get a slight bitterness.
Okay.
And of course, you might want to experiment, find your own things. Some people say they really enjoy the drop of honey. I perchance do not, but feel free to give it a go.
Cool. Dude, amazing. Right. And one final quick thing. Do you have any maps by? Do you have them by name or a section for them? Can I look at? Or do you not?
I don't stock many. Any I do would be in the geography section, so feel free to have a look.
I'll have a quick look then.
You go and look through the. A lot of them are regional maps. They're just sort of maps of cities within Azureth. There's a small map that is of Denthir that you recognise as just the map of Denthir, but nothing by your uncle, unfortunately.
No, and what about High Spire and those and this city?
Yeah, there are small maps of the of the different parts of the city. So you see the one that you're actually looking at right now.
Brilliant.
The one of Low Spire looks like this. So it has the places of interest are Rivermere Ward, the Sentry Barracks, Wayfarer's Rest, the Azure Market, and Forge Row. There are details in the margin of some other places of interest that aren't written on the map that you're more than welcome to read if you'd like. Midspire looks like this. The middle rampart is the name of the gate that separates Low to Midspire. And you have Merchant Promenade, the Artisan's Crown, which is the scholarly art district. Noble Walk, which is where the Jade Ember Inn is. And then the Luminar district, which is in the notes says it's a religious district.
Epic. I'm taking a mental photo of these so I can draw them out later, so I don't have to pay the guy.
Yeah, that's fine. You have a High Spire, which has the Sky Gardens, which are a beautiful set of gardens. You have the Sentinel Heights, which is where the main force of the military barracks sit. Courtly Terraces, which are sort of noble and lords stay here. As well as the Ethereum Quarter, which is the arcane and the religious section. There is a small note in the margin that there is a bit of polite tension between the religious leaders and the arcane leaders, just from a slight differing in viewpoint of what is true power, what is true magic, and the blurred lines between them. Nothing bad, it's just more of a pompous rivalry.
Mhm.
And then Crown Spire, which is the very, very tip of North Spire, has the Royal Eyrie, the High Archive, which is a closely guarded sort of library of ancient tomes that aren't really for public use. You have to like get written agreements to be allowed to go in there and read their stuff. And then the Golden Citadel is where the royalty lives. And then there's one of Innermount. Innermount's map has a little thing in the side saying, no, this map doesn't take into account verticality. That it's a map of something that goes from the base of the mountain to the tip of the mountains. But it basically says that the vaulted warrens are at the top, Brimstone Keepers in the middle, and then the Underforges and Emberdeep Halls are the depths of said mountain. And that is all of them, the maps of North Spire that you can find.
And I'll just say, nothing here, and I'll put them all back.
Apologies.
Yeah.
And yourself, Mr. Elven Gentleman, what could I help you with?
Could I ask, do you have any books on Antoine Platif and the royal family?
There is there's a book on the noble houses and the descendants, I guess. Give me a moment, and he'll go and find the book, pull it out, blow a bit of dust off it, and hand you. Please feel free to have a little peruse if you'd like.
Yeah, I would love to.
What are you looking for exactly from the book? Because obviously it's a whole massive book, but there is obviously, I don't have the book written, so I'm not going to read you an entire book.
I'm specifically looking for just kind of taking a mental note of how is Antoine sort of portrayed in this book. Like, is he revered? Does it come across as like propagandary? Do I get the sense that the person who wrote this book and some of the texts that are given to me are like clearly a botched job of we've been forced to say nice things, or is it just an account of his life, and is there a general kind of anything that's jumping out at me and interesting about him before we could meet him, basically?
You go to the sort of back end of the book, because the book is a whole like anthology on all of the royalties of Azureth. It starts off with the founder Azuran and his story of the myth of Atraxes and Umbrasil, and the fight that ensued, and him then founding Azureth as a kingdom, and obviously founding North Spire, which was also, you find out from that, North Spire was where the final battle was between Atraxes and Umbrasil. This is where it was said that the final battle took place. And you can scroll down to the back of the book, which has sort of the more recent history, and it goes through the different kings, and you see at the last sort of couple of chapters, which talks about the passing of the last of the Azurans, Manuel, Colette, Herbert, Genevieve, Jean-Pierre, and Sylvie with an asterisk saying that she survived. And there's a few lines of text that basically say, while the loss of the royal family due to dragonpox was devastating and a sad day for us all, the constant reassurance and strength provided by Antoine Platif's brother-in-law to the king has been a large part of the reason as to why North Spire has kept its strength. Notably, some of his finest acts have been allowing the dwarven refugees from Skarnus to retreat to Stone Hollow Fortress and give them refuge there when they were driven out by the Dwergar and Ragrim Skullfist and his army. This benevolent act has increased relations between the dwarves and the humans of Azureth tenfold, and is something that is revered by many. In the interim between finding a new legitimate ruler of the kingdom, Antoine done a fine job, and there is a small little line at the end of it, and many say that perhaps it was better for him to keep his job as steward rather than perhaps bringing any political strife to the ruling of North Spire and Azureth as a whole.
Okay.
I'd say make an insight check on that after reading all of that.
Okay, I will do. Stay there. Insight. Where are we? Insight.
Two things sort of pop out at you just from reading that. One is this is a fairly modern book, and there's a lot of flowery language used around Antoine that isn't really used about any of the other rulers, barring probably Azureth at the very start. The rest are all written about nicely enough, but there's an extra emphasis on just how good Antoine has been. But the thing that probably piques in your mind the most is the fact that Antoine was the one that allowed the dwarves safety in Azureth.
Yeah, that definitely re-sparked my memory, because I remember you gently alluding to that again in the past, and that's something I'd slightly forgotten about, especially thinking about Ragrim. And now we know that guy in the fortress was leaking stuff to Ragrim. I also just had the thought of, I would remember that you just said the final fight between Atraxes and Umbrasyl took place here, but I would also remember that the note from Vilgefortz said that the body of Umbrasyl was here, didn't it? Or it referenced the body.
It referenced the body. It didn't give a location.
It didn't say Umbrasyl, it just referenced the body. Okay.
It just had a reference to the body. Yeah.
And if anything, it did actually say that he's having it hidden from him.
Vilgefortz said that he had it. The location of the body is known by some, but it hasn't been revealed to it. It hasn't been revealed to him, and he was upset that they didn't reveal it to him.
Very, very interesting. Right. I think
I think we're done here. I was gonna say to him, the bookshop guy, I'm gonna say, Jarrett, just so you know, we were never here, and I'm gonna give him 5 gold.
Okay. Well, is someone going to come? You know what?
No,
I didn't even ask. I don't need to ask. Just
don't worry about it.
Thank you for your patronage. So, Yagon, just to be confirmed, you've looked at all of my books, not bought any, you just bought some tea and given me some gold for secrecy.
Yeah. But it was more about the line of questioning.
Day,
Use your brain, man. We were never here. No one asked any questions. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to this sort of shit.
Sorry, I lashed out. I lashed out. Sorry.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
The oolong tea will calm me down.
Thank
Please,
you.
Take one for the road, and he pulls out like a paper to-go cup, pours you some oolong tea from the
breaks
kettle.
down into it.
As we're leaving, I think that it dawns on Triple G just how much he is enjoying this. I think that if he thinks back to when he was a small boy on his own in the villages of Zahith, I genuinely believe that he would think that when he thought of a friend, like if he could craft the perfect friend, he probably would have crafted Yeg, someone who is like super earnest, great in every scenario, reliable, and seems to be like actually give a shit about people and kind of be like sort of a worldly figure. And I would like to turn to Yeg and say, do you know what? I was actually, I wasn't planning to do this now, but I would like to both apologise to you because I apologised to JAFF about Waterside, and I didn't actually get the chance to apologise to you as well.
That's all right, mate.
I know how much your reputation and the bonds you keep are important to you, and that was a little bit immature of me. So I would like to apologise for that. And I would also like to say thank you because you are just you're the sort of backbone of the four of us. I think. You don't really have bad days, and that is a
I have bad days. Don't.
Yeah, but your bad days in comparison to like a JAFF or a ZARLOK bad day, or even a me bad day, it's not really even like on the spectrum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
I suppose.
You're a reliable friend, to say the least. And instead of just waxing lyrical to you, I would like to give you something because I think when you have a friend who is so earnestly what you want and need them to be, and also conveniently for me, you have real ascertainable goals. Like you're really passionate about your book and your writings as a bard, and I would like to give you something. And I take my cloak off. We'll say I've sort of indicated that we go down like sort of an alleyway or whatever, so we're not just out in the open. And I will say to Yeg that what I'm about to tell you, nobody outside of Zahith, and even then, no one outside of probably a group of less than like 30 people even know what I'm about to say. It's a very well guarded secret in the lands of Zahith and my village, and it pertains to my tattoos. They aren't just like for show, and they're not just like a cool thing. They're actually, when you are sworn in as a master of mages, the tattoos are a sort of visual significance of the person's soul, like who they are and how their soul manifests against the weave. And I will remind Yeg that when we met my dad in the underground cave he was in, his tattoos were all fucked up. They were all like, you know, sharp and sort of like looked like they were like tearing his skin apart. And if you look at mine, they look like, you know, when you look at a DNA strand and it's so like spiraled on itself that it's almost like it looks like that, like just constant ribbons over and over again on my skin. And it kind of just shows the significance of your relationship to the weave. And no one knows that. And I would like to tell you that you have my blessing to put that in your book.
Oh, dude, that is rad. That is rad. Buddy. I'm gonna just circle that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. What are your kind words?
We should probably
get back.
We should probably get back before A, I either start crying, or B, someone arrests me for this dog.
Cool. So you head over to the Dawnfields and meet up with the rest of the party. At this point, it's getting late in the afternoon, early in the evening, and if there's anything you guys like to do, you're more than welcome to wait for Fontaine to arrive. I don't believe you told each other a meeting point or like where to go. You just said come to the foothold.
I'm happy to burn another sending and confer properly again.
Cool. So you send a sending. We haven't got to do our words. You tell them where to. You tell them to come to the Dawnfields.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that dangerous?
Not the barn. Maybe we wander out into like a less secluded field or something.
I mean, more right of where their farm is just like expanses of farmland. And there's probably less people that way if you want to like find a secure place to do the handover.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll let him know. I'll just pass on that information.
Yeah, he says, all right, no worries. We're putting up now, so we'll be there in half an hour or
Okay, mate.
Cool. So you have half an hour to get all of Connie and Henry's gear together. He did actually mention as well, like tell your guests to pack light. Only take the essentials.
Yeah, so we'll confer, help them get their shit together, and then lead them kind of out of the Dawnfields a little bit.
Cool. Henry is like a bit confused and is asking a lot of questions, and Connie's just trying to like reassure him and say, "Don't worry, we're going on a little trip, a little adventure. We'll be back soon. But you said how much you were going to see the world, so I thought I'd take you somewhere different." He's like, "Oh, really, really cool. Will we see ships and stuff?" And she's like, maybe. We'll see. And you guys journey off into the center of the Dawnfields and wait for a while. As you do, you see 3 wagons pull up. One is being led by Fontaine. one by Michael, and then the third by Floric. And as you all see them come and stop, Michael comes over and gives you all a big hug. Fontaine again says hello, and he notices Connie and Henry standing a little bit off to the side, a bit timid about these strangers all wearing like black leather armor. You know, they've all got their weapons out. Some of the there's also like of the three wagons, all led by a prominent member, but each wagon has another like 4 serpentines on the wagon, and a lot of them have, at the moment they've stopped and parked. They've immediately jumped out and started to like scan a little perimeter, check if there's anyone around, make sure that they've scanned and check the area safe before they get comfortable. And Fontaine looks at you, Jaff, and just sort of raises an eyebrow, but a quizzical look.
I'll just kind of nod back to him, and then I'll go up and I'll bring him kind of into an embrace of sorts, like a kind of, you know, like a dap up into like a little hug. And I'll be like, yeah, I didn't know until we got here. The Grey Lanterns have been, I mean, threatening is maybe passively threatening is probably the best way to describe it. I need these two as safe as houses.
Well, we will take good care of them. Would you be most comfortable with them staying in the Honey Pot? We know it's probably the most fortified area. I could bring them to Ivy Court, but it may ask some questions with some of the new nobles who perhaps don't know as much as I've let them on.
Wherever you think is most safe, I'm willing to put my trust in you there. Just as I say, as safe as can be, and maybe out of the line of sight of people with his hair would probably be best.
Consider it done. I'll protect them with everything I can. Anything for a friend of Everfield and someone who has done so much for our city. I think it's best if we leave under the cover of nightfall. So I think we'll get everything loaded up, and we'll take the long way round just to avoid any patrols and any attention. Usually my name can get us through places, but just on the off chance that we have a rather inquisitive guard to try and stop us, it's probably best to take the long way round.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and I'll
feel free to say your goodbyes, and
Yeah.
once I get the all clear from you, we'll head off.
I'll turn around to the little man first, and I'll kind of crouch down to his level, and I'll say, look, I saw your wizard powers earlier, and these are some of my friends, and I reckon they can probably help you really hone in those wizard powers you've got. So make sure you listen to everything they say, and until you get to where you're going, you've got to hide as best you can, so that no one who's not in the carriages can see you. Okay?
He sort of looks up to you, wide eyes, as, yeah, okay, no worries. Don't worry, I'll protect Mummy. I always do.
I'll be like, that's my man, and I'll give him a fist bump, and I'll cast like prestidigitation to kind of make some like little like flashes of light come out as we bump our fists together.
Wow, I'm getting really powerful. It's honestly, I think I need to go to a magic school. Your friend, he's magic. But where did he learn?
Well, when we finish what we're doing here and we come find you where you're going, I will personally take you down to the most amazing magic place ever, where there are loads of people like him.
Can't wait. I can't wait. He like hugs your leg.
Yeah, I'll like ruffle his hair and be like, go on, you head off into the carriage. I'll just say goodbye to your mum quickly.
Okay. Thank you for everything. And he runs off to the carriage giggling.
And then I'll give her a big hug and I'll say, look, this is for the best for now. But we'll try and get what we're doing done here as soon as possible. I'm sorry to have to do this.
It's okay. Anything to keep Henry safe, and hopefully this will all blow over soon. Just promise me you'll be careful.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
She nods and gives you a hug and walks over to the carriages. Fontaine calls back all of his serpentines who will, emerge from the shadows and get back onto their carriages. Gives you a nod and a salute and says, stay safe, and I'm sure we'll see you soon. Don't worry about these guys, we'll look after them.
As they're leaving, I'm going to cast message to Henry, and I'm going to kind of whisper into his ear, your real name is Henri.
Mummy, who's Henri? And then the carriage goes off into the distance.
Connie starts talking about Bergkamp and Henri in the back of the carriage for the next 3 hours.
So yeah, it's now like middle of the night. You guys, I would say as well, before you left, Connie gave you the keys to her farmstead, so you're welcome to use that as a safe house whilst you're here.
Maybe just long rest for the night, and then we go in tomorrow, boys.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. So you head back to the farm. You all long rest, spells back, health, all your features and stuff reset, all good. And you wake up once again to the cock crowing outside the farm, and you are welcome to go ahead with your day.
I say let's go straight to there, grab Jaws, and get into Northspire ASAP.
Sure.
Cool. So you all head back to Hammerfell Forge.
Quickly, before we leave, Jan, for the house, just in case anyone comes here, I'm going to rough it up as if it's been robbed. Like, I'm going to tear kind of shit down and apart. We can fix that if that's when they come back. But I'm going to basically blow the place up from the inside. Like, it is torn through.
Nice.
Cool. You fuck the yard up. It looks like a raging ball has
yeah, I'll be like, ZARLOK, I want you to make this place look as fucked as humanly possible.
I will make that happen.
Through the efforts of ZARLOK, the place is absolutely well and truly trashed. The only thing that has survived his ordeal of smashing it to pieces was the sewing kit. That's the only thing that isn't fucked up.
I'll give ZARLOK the sewing kit and be like, you can hold on to this. It seems like you and it have a certain affinity at this point.
That sewing kit is getting fucking used. I'm telling you.
Cool. So you head back to Hammerfell Forge. You just walk in. Mira sees you. She waits expectantly for the code.
Brother, we were here yesterday.
Grey light illuminates the shade.
Classic on appearances, She pulls the sword again. Forge splits open. Stairs go down. You head down. Same exact. You wonder if these guys ever sleep because there's no beds or anything in here. They haven't moved from their positions. They're still sat at the exact same spots. And
shithole.
As you walk down, well, we thought you'd be back. How was everyone's evening?
Yeah, it was decent.
Well, actually, Velis, I thought of
it's Velis. It's Velis.
I thought of a question that you might know the answer to.
Please ask away.
If there's a cunt in a little underground bunker whining constantly, but there's only a couple of dead-brained looking orcs around to hear him, is he really important? I don't know, one to think about. Go on then, Jaws, let's go.
He looks you, after he said that, he looks you dead in the eye and says, I don't know, perhaps that's a question better asked to your friend Fontaine.
Ooh, look at you.
Triple G looks nervous.
And at this point, Velis stands up and you see just how tall he actually is. He looks probably about 6'8".
Hits his head on the...
He he stands up and says, he looks at you, Triple G, says, I read your note. It's been passed along. If Mother Shade wishes to speak to you, she will find you. But I would refrain from asking around too much. You know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. And he chuckles.
What?
And 9 locks.
I'm going to openly laugh really loud when he says that, like sarcastically.
You know when
9
you know when someone tweets and they've only got like 200 followers and everyone just agrees with them constantly. That's what I feel like this guy's like. He's down here with 500 people who are paid to laugh at his jokes.
You all, 9 locks stands up and says, right, follow me. And he wordlessly walks out, and you all follow him, and he begins taking you out of Hammerfell Forge northwards, past the Woodward Quarter.
Wait, before we leave the chamber, I'm going to minor illusion ZARLOK eating Velis' head in front of him, and then just smile and grab my cock and leave.
Velis is not even looking at you guys. He's got his nose down in his ledger. He doesn't even see the illusion. One of the orcs sees it and tries to swat it away, and just his hand just passes through it and is a bit confused. And Velis just goes, just ignore him. And I
fucking hate him so much.
I think I might make the most dislikable NPCs, and I'm fucking so here for it. So you head northwards up to a small clearing in the trees at the base of the mountain, up here, and you see a shrine. It's a shrine which depicts a human figure kneeling down before a large dragon. The human figure is on one knee, head down, bowed, holding his sword out in front of him, whilst the dragon is breathing out its breath, but it's not flame, it's just pure radiant energy. And the flame, the radiant beam comes out from his mouth and forms a small halo above Azaran's head. And it's a small shrine to Azaran, and there's a small stone etched carving to the side where he just retails the story of Azaran and how he was the founder, and his battle with Umbrasil, and the whole that you already know, basically. And 9 locks looks around, make sure there's no one really watching. Walks up to the side of the shrine and presses a small little button that's just underneath some of the stone carvings. And behind the shrine, a illusory wall just begins to fade and shimmer, and there's a small shaft, like a mine shaft, that goes along. It says, right, this is our way in, keep following. And you walk through, a couple of 100 feet, and there's a small disused mining elevator, like an ore elevator, a very rickety stone pulley system. You all step on. He tugs at the rope 3 times, and then the winch starts to turn, and you begin to raise up into the air a couple of 100 feet, and you then stops at an opening, and you walk up into. Sorry, it goes a lot taller than a couple of 100 feet. You go in there for a good 10 minutes of this elevator going up. It's slow, but it's going up and up and up, and you get a bit worried that it might snap at any point because it seems very rickety, but it makes it there. You step out of the elevator into this mine shaft hallway, and as you exit the hallway, you are greeted by the image of Innermount. You are up here in the vaulted warrens, and you look down into the soot, subterranean, swelteringly hot Innermount. The lower areas are probably where the heat is most concentrated. There is the forges at the bottom, as well as Ember Deep halls. At the middle, you see Brimstone Keep, and up where you are at the top is the vaulted warrens. There are rickety rope bridges that sort of connects the different layers. There are small tunnels that poke off every like so often, just deeper into the actual base of the mountain, that are ominous, as well as like dark and dingy, and you wonder what might lurk within the shadows. As he leads you into the top of the vaulted warrens, he says, "Right, you guys are on your own. Don't forget the terms of the contract." And he just turns and walks away, back down the way he came. And you guys are in Innermount. So I'll pull up the actual map that Yeg saw.
I'm describing it
So
in
you know
detail.
that- So you're up here. It's kind of like, it's more, think of this being, rather than it being flat, this is actually the map in verticalness. So the top is the top of the mountain and the bottom is the bottom. You guys are up here. You literally you've come through this corridor, actually, to be exact. Brimstone Keep is where you need to steal the item from. And you just know that there is a way in behind the lava fall. Emberdeep Halls is where you know JAFF to be where you're picking up the children from. Like you said, you'll be given 2 weeks to do this. You'd have to spend your entire time here and do everything now. But this is where you are. You also know that to get into the main city, you will take there are obviously all these little like corridors that come off, and they are like sort of your ways into various parts of Northspire. To work out which corridors would lead to which part of Northspire, you'd have to go and talk to people and work it out which way would take you to Lower Spire, Mid Spire, High Spire. None of these would take you to Crown Spire. Even you would know that, Jeff, just from your time living there.
Right,
Yeah.
okay,
So
so
what's your
quick little team meeting. We have contracts 1 and 2. Obviously, we're planning on reneging on both of them, but technically none of us are actually bound to contract 2. So just food for thought in terms of in what order we do stuff.
Yeah. So as long as you don't mention it to us. Yeah,
Well, no,
'cause you're not meant to tell us.
I'm not even bound to it, so I counterspelled it. I'm not even
Oh,
bound.
shit. You succeeded on
Jeff
that
is
one.
only bound by the Oathkeepers,
Shit.
Yeah, it's
How-
only
but
the
not by the
Oathkeepers.
Grey Lancers.
Oh, good stuff.
So just food for thought. But what are you guys feeling? What are you thinking?
We could do some reconnaissance on either of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go Emberdeep. Why not? Let's go with the dangerous one. Well, recon anyway.
Right, so you're going down towards Emberdeep Halls.
Yeah. No
Cool.
objections?
So you begin to descend. There is like, it's quite dangerous down here. You realize it is definitely not the most safe part of North Spire. Not dangerous as in you're going to get robbed. It's just, there is a rickety like rope bridge that goes across, then it's a crumbling stone staircase down. And just wandering around, most of the people down here are like people that are mining, people that work in the forges. There are a lot of poorer people that live in the vaulted warrens. Everyone's just covered in soot and ash. Everyone's sweating. People are wearing like very loose, like linen open shirts and like wide flowing like sort of trousers just to stay cool. And you begin to descend further and further down towards the base of Innermount. As you reach what looks like Emberdeep Halls, I'm just going to pull the image up just so it's easy to see. Emberdeep Halls is this area. As you get there, you notice that it's covered in soot and ash, but it once was probably a gleaming white temple. There is iconography on the front of Bahamut, the platinum dragon. I would say anyone that wishes to make a religion check, please feel free. So on that 23 religion, should we do it as well? Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Why not?
Cool. So Zarlok, you remember absolutely everything. So Bahamut is a dragon god of justice and is actually subservient to Torm, who is the god of law. Slightly of a lesser deity. He's still a very powerful deity, but it's slightly lesser than, perhaps the Pantheon of Dawn, who are the 12 major deities in Chthon. Also known as the Angel of the Seven Heavens, or the God of Dragons, and the Platinum Dragon. Bahamut is a god of justice and order, and it's tempered with mercy, but also slight punishment for wrongdoings. Still forgiveness in there, but is slightly more cutthroat than Torm, who is a lot more forgiving as a god. Bahamut's eternal rival is his sister Tiamat, which is the queen of the chromatic evil dragons, whereas Bahamut is obviously the god of the metallic dragons. But I will say, on that 23 triple G, you just notice that there are slight inaccuracies in some of the sigils and iconography at the front of the temple. Like the dragon might have claws instead of talons. Some of the wings look slightly more jagged rather than the more rounded wings that you've seen in previous iconography. You're unsure as to why, but that is something that you do notice as you get kind of closer look at this temple. In terms of people around it, there are a lot of residents of Innermount that look sick, famished, hungry, who are outside the front, and there are lesser clerics that are trying to help them, giving them food, bringing them some water, trying to heal them of their ailments or make up little decoctions that might soothe them. And it's slightly bustling. It's not crazy busy out here at the moment. It was a lot busier up top when you're in the Vaulted Warrens, and you can see there's a lot more busyness towards the Underforges. But there's still a fair few people around here that are all here come seeking aid.
Right, okay. Well, are we going in and immediately going to that person we got put in contact? Well, I got told to be in contact with, or are we just going to kind of walk around and see what's going on inside?
The idea is recon, but it's kind of like if something comes up, it's not the end of the world to grab it.
Who did we get told to be in contact with?
Can you remind me of the name, Jan?
The name is Luminar Vaith, I believe. Let me just double check. Luminar Vaith.
Yeah.
I mean, being cheeky, one would assume that that's maybe the temple head, or...
I was told that was the head cleric at the temple.
Okay. Let's do a bit of reconnaissance, I suppose.
I mean, just walking in and walking around, do I see two ASMR children?
You do not.
How many people are in this temple right now?
Have you gone inside the temple? Because right at the moment you're on the outside. And
yeah, let's go inside and have a look.
You enter the temple. It's quite large and grand in here. A lot of the soot hasn't really penetrated. It's still a little bit dusty, and there's some soot stains, I guess, people that come in and out. But the inside is a lot cleaner. It shows off the white and the gold and the silver splendence that is more in keeping with Bahamut. This outside is obviously just covered in ash and you can't really see the colours. The inside is beautiful. There are gold statuettes of Bahamut adorning the walls. There are about 8 or 9 clerics wandering around. There is a couple of sick beds that have been set up in the corner that are used to tend to the most ill, the most grievously injured. There's just, like you can see, there's someone, like a dwarven gentleman who clearly looks like he's been working in the forge, who has massive burns on his left shoulder, probably from the lava fall where he got a bit too close. And there are a few clerics muttering some prayers, trying to lessen the burns and give a bit of healing. No one seems to pay much mind at the moment. A lot of these clerics are busy. They're sort of running around, filling up alchemical jugs with any sort of healing decoctions to try and give to some of the sick and needy outside. After you've been in there for a while, one does come over to you and says, Bahamut's blessings to you all. Is there anything we can do? Are you sick? Are you hungry? Should we bring you something? How can we be of service?
I mean, how are we playing this, boys?
Kind of offer, what are they offering? Like, what is it? Like a drink
aid.
or eight? I don't fucking need aid.
For those that are in need of it, of course.
Oh,
If you're
right.
not in need, we would rather keep our stocks for
Yeah, it's
those
not
that
that
need
deep.
it.
Yeah, no, I don't need aid, mate. Cheers.
Well, if you're here to just give your blessings to Bahamut, feel free to pray at any of the altars, or if you're here to make an offering, anything that you are willing to part with for the good of the people of Innermount will be gladly accepted, and Bahamut's blessing will be returned to you tenfold.
I am gonna go and I'm gonna go and make an offering.
I'll put a single gold coin down in front of the statue or wherever it is.
There's a small little collection box in front of all of the statues, and you throw a gold coin in there, and it jingles, and you get a knowing smile and a nod from one of the clerics who mutters a small prayer on your behalf to Bahamut, hoping to bless you with some fortune and some justice in your life.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my chili jam in there.
You place your chili jam in there, and you get the same reaction from another cleric who nods and mutters a small prayer of thanks.
How respectful.
I'm just not sure how we play this, considering we know we're 100% reneging on this. How do we just pretend as if we're going along with it and get these two children out ASAP?
Listen, dude, we can. I mean, if you want to seek out the person that we're meant to meet, then you, I suppose. But then you could just ask. There's no harm.
Triple G, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking we stay polite and passive and just. I mean, we don't. I mean, do we want to? How easy is it to get back here once we leave here? Because if it seems like we can only do the task while we're here, then our hands are tied to a degree. Whereas I don't want to go and find the lady, speak to her, find out about the children, and then we're all of a sudden locked in with the kids. Do you know what I mean?
You know that there are ways in and out of Innermount throughout the city. There are all of these little tunnels that offshoot at various levels, all lead into Northspire in some way or another. You don't know where any of them lead at the moment. You have to ask to work out how to get to. Like, for example, if you want to find a tunnel that will take you to Lowspire, you have to ask around and be put in that direction. So right now you're in Northspire, technically, you're in the Innermount part of it, but you are in the city of Northspire. You can very easily traverse in and out from here to Northspire, but obviously getting from, once you leave Northspire as a whole, getting back in might be more difficult because you're out of the city.
G, are you just thinking of leaving Innermount full stop then and just going into Northspire and just being like, we'll come back and sort this out at another point?
We do it 2 weeks, yeah. We just got to keep track of the days so we don't forget.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm down for that.
All right, so you're going to try and find a tunnel. Where do you? Because if you're going to try and work out where you want to end up, in what level of Northspire you want to end up. So you want to ask around to try and work out which tunnel will take you where.
Or do we want to go and find? Oh, do you know what? Just ignore me.
Well, no, I want your input on this because this is pretty important. Whether or not we do this shit now or we.
I mean, I was gonna say, the level is very annoying because we don't know the level of importance, obviously, but how important could the object be in helping us defeat everybody that is in this box? But if we go find that out, betray them, and open the box. Yeah, and did we get the sense that they would know immediately if we looked in the box?
Don't have any inclination. You know that they have asked you not to look at it through magical means or mundane, but you don't know if they will know immediately. If you have to wait for that to become obvious, you don't really know from your information that you already have.
So let's operate on the worst case scenario. We open the box, and then they immediately know we're going to betray them. So that means the children quest goes a bit AWOL as well. So really, they both need to be sort of happening at the same time. So I don't know. It's
well,
we have 2 weeks.
Key point to think about now is: do we try and do all of our Northspire stuff in the space of 2 weeks and do this like last, basically? Or do we do this now and then deal with Northspire later? That's the key thing we need to figure out before we do anything.
Yeah, I was going to say something that makes it even more redundant and difficult, but I was going to say if we leave it and then we get to a point where we're fleeing and we've got to do this, that'll be difficult. But then equally, if we piss all the thieves off, are we making our exit even harder? But then at that point, all of Northspire wants to kill us anyway. We might as well add one more party to the mix.
Yeah.
Maybe we do just fucking... No, but the thing is, once we take the kids, we've got to ship them somewhere safe. We can't do the kids
now.
now.
That is so true. Yeah, no,
that's true.
You're so right.
We can't take the kids, bring them up to the Crown Spire, and if it kicks off, they die. That'll be on our conscience.
Well, yeah, we can't do the kids. I think the kids we can't do now.
Yeah, I regret coming here.
Unless we were literally like, we're getting them to safety, knowing that we've kind of like somewhat fucked off the people, even though we're not technically obliged by it. But we'd have to like get them immediately to safety, which would take up a sizable amount of time.
Let's see what we can. I mean, there's not much here to really say. It's just a temple. They've got some booky stuff with the drawings and stuff. Maybe that means they're like a front or something. If they've got little kids lying about, they probably are a front.
Yeah.
And then let's go and case out the fortress. Again, it sounds like an impenetrable fortress, so probably won't learn much. And then we'll do this on the way back.
Okay.
All things being equal, best case scenario.
Yeah, let's case
funny. At the end of the day, we can leave and just come back in the way we came.
Let's case the fortress, and then we're heading into Northspire in some capacity.
All right, so you're going up a level to where the quarters is, having a look around there.
Yeah.
All right, so you all climb up and go back up where you just came from. Make perception or investigation checks as you ascend. JAFF 21 investigation. Oh, ZARLOK, very good perception.
Come on, ZARLOK.
Triple G.
I am no longer even at my computer, so I'm just audio only.
I'll roll it for you. Would you prefer perception or investigation? Probably investigation.
I'm going to go perception.
Okay. 17. Cool. So, ZARLOK, and GILDOR, on your rolls as you ascend, you're looking at the fortress as a whole. And it is made of like thick like pillars of black basalt, reinforced with like raw black iron. It has to withstand the heat of the magma waterfall, like lava fall, which I can see from the photo. It drips down from the hole at the top, behind the fortress, and then comes through underneath, and then drips down into the main lower part of the of Innermount. There are guards along a lot of the gangways posted around the walls. The main entrance to the fortress are two thick, like iron doors with a long bolt across them. And from your checks, you can tell that those gates have not been opened in months at the minimum, might even be years. Those gates are very, very rarely opened. This is a fortress of protection, of a last line of defense, and it's never really used to the masses. The people that live within it don't ever leave it, from what you can see. JAFF, on your 21 investigation, you remember from your conversations that the box is probably in the vault, which is going to be underneath or below at the very base of the structure. And also there may be a secret entrance behind the lava fall. So you keep your eyes peeled on that lava fall, and just as you're like almost parallel to the lava fall, you can see around about here-ish in the wall, there is a slight ebb and flow of the lava fall as it retracts into the wall ever so slightly, which makes you believe there's probably some sort of cavernous opening or bulge directly behind the lava. Right. Now, the lava is directly in the way of it, so how you get through is something you guys are probably going to come up with. but it looks like a better option than trying to head-on assault this fortress, which are all going to try and do. I'll find other ways, but of all the ways that have come to you, that seems like the one that, especially as you were told, that would lead directly to the vault, might be your best in and out method.
Right. Okay.
But it is also suspended. There is not like you can't just walk up to this part. You have to find a way to either climb up or drop down, and then obviously deal with the lava as well. But you can see there is a bulge behind that where there is some sort of tunnel or gap that you can travel through.
Either way, let's. We know that's there. We've seen that, but we're never going to figure out what's behind that without actually going in and doing the thing. So we may as well just head up and try and figure out how we're getting into North Spire.
I fully agree.
Are you looking like to ask someone? Any people? There's people wandering around all the time. People heading up and down, going to and from the vaulted warrens to the forges, from the forges back up. You know, there are plenty of people just wandering around you. If you know whereabouts in North Spire you're trying to get to, you're more to ask someone if you want.
Should we leave this for next time? Because I feel like there needs to be a discussion about in what order we're doing stuff. There needs to be an actual, I feel like this is quite a big decision to make. But
yes, that's fine. There was one thing I wanted to do, but if you'd rather wait, or you can start a session with it. No worries.
Catch us next time.
End it there. We will start it off next session. You guys trying to find a way from Innermount into one of the various levels of North Spire.